Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lie you tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand we did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning, this is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lie you tried to hide away from the scars we made. From the scars we Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lie you tried to hide away from the scars we made. Welcome to our
And welcome to Nerd TV for another Global Racing League Truck Series race live from the Texas Motor Speedway, simulated on the iRacing platform here, as these drivers are set to go 167 laps around this 1.5 mile semi-newly repaved Texas Motor Speedway. And night racing. We're night racing here tonight. Right now, it's currently 8:10 p.m. server time. The lights are on the track. It looks dark. It's been a long time since I've seen a night race in Texas, and we're all going to enjoy it here together for race number 11 of the 2020 wow, that's too many 20s, 2025 season here. And there's your weather on the track on the left-hand side of your screen. 68% or 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 89% humidity. So that's a very Texas-like weather there. Partly cloudy, and look at the wind. 21 miles an hour. 21. That is definitely going to play a factor on these corner exits where they get flat really easy. These trucks already get loose as is, and then you got side wind to kick over, and these guys are in for some fun here tonight. Of course, commentating, my name is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty on the interwebs, and to my right-hand side, the man of 1,000 hats, Dustin Logston, in that Icon Apparel Company hat there. What's up, man?
All ready to go racing at Texas. I mean, this is a track that some drivers love, some drivers hate. I know that seems like that's a normal thing that we come to, but I mean, this is definitely one of those tracks. But when you bring the trucks here, though, I mean, this thing races kind of super speedway-esque. I mean, you're gonna have some good side-by-side racing. You're gonna see different lines being pulled. Definitely going to have some feel of some pack racing going on as well. But again, it's all going to depend on driver preference, driver setups. But it's going to be a good one, Jeremy. And we talked about it. We talked about it before we even went live. And I said, I feel tonight. You said that Texas. I said that everything in Texas is bigger. And you said including streaks, which kind of means possibly that the streak of first time winners and no repeat winners could continue. But I feel tonight is the night and the track where we will see our first repeat winner for tonight. Remember, we've gone 10 races with 10 different winners. We have not seen a repeater yet. So I feel tonight, though, is that night.
We got 8 different viewers right now on this broadcast. So for those who just heard that stat, put in the chats. What do you think? Are we going to leave it at 10, or are we going to extend this thing to 11? And anything happen. We got a couple new. Yeah, we got a couple new drivers. They might be able to spoil the party, or maybe somebody that's already won will finally get that first repeat win. Quickly going over points because we're a third of the way through the season now. JJ McCoy is holding the points lead. He will not hold it as of after this race tonight. I do believe he is not returning, so his name will quickly drop down the charts. But currently, JJ McCoy P1, Bobby Mantle second, Stephen Hayes third, Jacob Grant fourth, and Justin LeBlanc hold the top 5 in the points as we speak here this evening. And
to add to that too, you said Stephen Hayes currently running P3. Stephen Hayes not in attendance tonight, not able to make tonight's race. So again, that could affect those points as well. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely there. And then you said there was a couple of new names, Dustin. Carter Kerr. That's going to be a tongue twister here this evening. He's in the driver, the number 67. Another driver, the number 94, Joshua Altis, which I think he has 1 start, right? Is that correct? 1 start for that driver? And then
I believe that's a new one, or he may have 1 start. I mean, it's hard to tell with drivers coming in and out on which one. So yeah, definitely May. You already said Carter Kerr. The other one is Jacob Kaplan, and the number 4. Yep, that is a new one. So first time start for tonight as well. So a couple new drivers that have joined in for the festivities that is the Global Racing League Truck Series. Should be fun.
Going through my list, and yeah, that is correct. 3 new names starting tonight's race here at Texas for race number 11. And next week is Mother's Day, so we're going to have this broadcast, and then we're going to be off for the next Sunday, enjoying Mother's Day, and then we're going to be back at it at North Wilkesboro, Dustin. First time we get to call a race at North Wilkie.
At Wilkesy. Okay.
2 weeks, May 18th. Put it on the calendar. It's going to be an awesome one. I've been, I've not done a league race there yet. I've been wanting to call a race or race a race there in a league session, and 2 weeks from tonight will be that night. And there it is. We're almost completely sunset here at Texas. And as we're going to kick it over to qualifying, we're going to get our cameras off your guys' screens, and we're going to go live with the fastest person in practice, of course. And this time, well, I think last week was the same result. Number one, Michael Hayes was your fastest guy. He is not on track at the moment. We're going to hang tight for just a second. And we'll see if we can't get one of these at least top three on track. If not, we'll rotate over to Austin McGill in the 99, which that's what we're going to do right here. Fourth fastest driver in practice, 29.319 was his time. That's his time to beat in this qualifying session.
Yeah, and the thing is qualifying position on this one here, I would expect probably every driver to go out there and try to qualify. Track position is going to be key on this one because you do not want to have to try to work your way through the field on this one here. Remember, these drivers do have 3 sets of tires behind the wall with their simulated pit crew, plus one on the truck. Yeah, the pit run is going to be right around that 50 lap mark, give or take. So again, the less that these drivers have to pass on the track and the more that they can focus on hitting their lines and trying to be up front, the better off they are. So I would expect a lot of these drivers to try to post some time.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, and it's crazy how these trucks are getting more and more crab walky here on the iRacing service, getting all the side draft into these corners to keep them straight, keep them fast. Downforce means a lot in these trucks here. Lap number 2, Austin McGill. The 29.772 was that first time. 4/10 off, but that was the warm-up lap. Coming up off of turn 4, crossing the line here. Post the time of 29.254. Half a tenth faster than his practice time. Currently holds, it looks like, P1, Dustin, by a couple tenths of a second.
Yeah, about over 2/10 over Matthew Escalera right now, who put down a blistering 29.5. So and these times are rolling in fast as everybody's out there. Now, all the drivers, you can only see one driver at a time, but all these drivers are out there on the track at the same time. That's why you're seeing these times go all over the place. McGill still holds the top spot. Ricky Hudgens with a 29.38. Solid qualifying effort out of the 21 camp right now. And then Jonathan Gaston, one of the better and most solid qualifying efforts that we've seen out of that 72 team right now, to 29.47. That is your top 3. We're on board with Mike Hayes, your fastest in practice, looking to see what he can't put down, see if he isn't going to try to ruin this first lap right now, warm-up lap at a 30.33, but he's got a lot of room to make up, Jeremy. He's got to make up a lot of time right now. It's putting him 15th.
Great exit off turn 2. Very flush, very smooth on the wheel here for Michael Hayes. Turn 3, turn 4. Perfect set of corners, flat footing the thing. This is going to be it. This is pole time. Here we go.
Oh,
no,
so
it's not.
close.
0.347, 1/10 slower. Dustin, that whole lap looks so beautiful. But then Austin McGill. Remember last week how he showed up the field in qualifying and then dominated the race? Well, he's looking to go back-to-back on that notion. So maybe the 10th winner of the season. It might also be the 11th winner.
Absolutely. It's I mean, he put down, a solid qualifying effort as well. So we'll just have to see what's going on right now. Riding on board with the 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr. He's going out trying to put down 30.76 was his warm-up lap. Going to see if he can't go up here and try to give a little competition to his Full Throttle Motorsport teammate of Austin McGill. Remember, these two duked it out last week. McGill prevailed on that one there, nabbing the win. And not going to be able to do it. Thorpe Jr. slots in P7, 29.49. Right now, Jeremy, is qualifying is winding down, about 40 seconds left. Austin McGill still holds a solid 1/10 advantage over second place of Michael Hayes.
Yeah, there we go. There is we got a half minute left in this qualifying session, and I got kind of sidetracked there. I'm watching the actual Cup race. Michael Liddell's about to win this thing, and then he just junked it off the next corner right after losing the lead. caution out there. But back to this here. We got 10 seconds left. Looks like qualifying's done. So Austin McGill is going to go back-to-back pole sitting here, this time at Texas. And he said it's anyone's game. So, but that anyone could just be the guy who's calling that shot. We'll see. And there it is. We're going to go gridding here in just a moment. We're going to take a quick second to shout out our series sponsor, Icon Apparel Company, at iconapparelcompany.com. Make sure to get all your team gear, whether it be shirts, hoodies, hats, and more for your sim team. If you got a real life team, whether it be for school or whatever the case is, Icon Apparel Company in real time can design your shirt on the website, get it made and shipped at a pretty reasonable time. And once again, iconapparelcompany.com. And here we go. Looks like we got a few trucks on the grid, and here is your starting lineup for the Texas Motor Speedway race number 11 for Global. Austin McGill, Michael Hayes is your P1, P2. Row 2, third place, Ricky Hudgens and Stephen Knight in fourth. Jonathan Gaston in fifth. Carter Kerr in sixth. Michael Thorpe Jr. in seventh. Matthew Escalera in eighth. David Holsey, P9. Anthony Emmerich rounds out the starting top 10. Row 6 will be Joshua Altis and Jeff Weimer in 12th. 13th, Danny White. 14th, Caden Bullard. 15th place, Bobby Mantle. 16th, John Howard. 17th place, Noah Tansman. And Callum Bailey in 18th. 19th is Brody Marinko. 20th place, Jacob Grant. And the last person to post time is the 21st place guy, Tyler Honeycutt. And then the next 6 drivers posted just by their iRating, not by qualifying time. And that's Dustin Franklin, Don Blazer, Jacob Copeland, Justin LeBlanc, Chuck Cobb, and Shane Wielden. 27 entries, 167 laps, night racing at Texas.
Yeah, should be a fun one for sure. Like I said, I don't know what it is, Jeremy, but I love when we come to tracks and we do night racing. If it was my choice, it would be nothing but night racing. I think the tracks, I think the trucks or the cars, whatever you're racing, I think it all looks so much better under the glow of the lights.
You know, you're not wrong. I love night racing here. We don't do it too often in the league settings, but we're doing it here tonight in Texas. Not a day race like they do in real life. We're going night racing here, and should be a very fun one. I'm hoping the weather, with the 21, 22, we're actually forecasted up to 23 mile an hour wind gusts throughout this event, and hopefully that kind of doesn't play a factor in having too many cautions. But these guys have a lot of work to do to keep that truck stable and underneath them here. Taking one pace lap around this place. Pace car will pull down. Austin McGill will lead them off here to potentially have a very, very exciting race for y'all joining in here. Got a couple chats on the YouTube. Holmesy getting closer, but always let's go GRM. Michael Thorpe saying 34 Money Mike Jr. Let's get it done. Gold Track laughed at my misspeaking, and then Lunar Eclipse saying good luck Caden, and Jeff saying let's go Shane Wielden. 20 viewers for the green flag. I didn't see any posts on if the streak's going to continue or not for repeat winners. Let me know here. 20 entries now in this broadcast at the moment. Please, someone say something. Who's right, Dustin or myself? Here we go. Green flag is out. Global Racing League race number 11 is underway.
Underway right now. Austin McGill trying to get clear of the one of Mike Hayes, but Mike Hayes keeping that truck to that outside right now, side by side through turn 1 as they bring it up through the gears. Off of turn 2, looks like McGill had a little bit of a bobble. Oh, big time accident. Oh, big pile up. They're stacking them up big time, Jeremy.
May the 4th not be with the 19. I know Jacob's going to run that truck for Star Wars Day, and, well, we're going to park that thing early here on lap number 0.5 here off of turn number 2. Gets very flat on corner exit, cold tires, crosswinds crazy like, and here we go. We're going to see exactly what happened on this first corner wash up. Danny White slides in the front of the 18. Going to cross him and RIP the 18. Team whatchamacallit driver just getting destroyed. That's Caden, I do believe. And then the 73 gets mixed in. And there goes the 26. Man, that's
Look at
heavy
that.
hits here.
Man. All right, we're gonna we're gonna try to break this down. We're gonna try to break this down. I mean, that took out a number of drivers as far as any of them that had damage. I mean, we know about the 18 of Bullard, the 64 of Danny White was involved in that one. We know Weimer was involved. He's the one that got ARCA braked in the back. Looks like the 2 of Brody Marinko involved. The 11 of Blazers involved. 26 is involved on that one. That's Bailey on that. 78 of John Howard. I don't know. Did Justin LeBlanc make it through there? We know the 19 of Jacob Grant was involved. I don't know because he's blinking in and out, but it looks like the Justin LeBlanc maybe trying to tap in. Cobb down there too. Looks like Honeycutt's involved. There's a lot of carnage in that first incident.
Yeah, LeBlanc, he's blinking like a broken Christmas light there. But he was able to squeak through all the chaos in the parking lot that was the backstretch of Texas here at Global here tonight on the iRacing service. And well, we're gonna try to reset this. Looks like 2 EOLs given. Caden Bullard in the 18 and Danny White the 64. Both those drivers the start of this huge wreck here on lap 0.5.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna be blinking out big time.
Oh yeah, but look at him just driving through for what we can see. Just do. Where's that circus music? I need that on cue right now. But there he goes, driving through it. Blinky McGee, or not.
Made it
Good job
happen.
by Justin and Jacob Kaplan, driver the number 4, brand new to Global, involved in this wreck. Already done for this evening.
And there was a lot. I mean, varying levels of damage. I mean, some with a lot more damage than others. But, Jeremy, there was, I mean, easily 10 to 12 that were involved in that as far as ones that are on pit road. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 right now that are on pit road or out. That does count the number 4 of Jacob Kaplan. So that's at least 10 that were in there. I know that Marinko was involved. That's 11. And Chuck Cobb was in there. I don't know if he got any damage, but I know that his truck was sitting down on the inside as well. So 11 to 12 trucks that took some variable levels of damage in that opening incident, Jeremy, and we hadn't even completed lap 1 yet.
Well, hopefully these guys have learned that it is not a comfortable situation on these tires with all this wind around this area, and we got to take it stupid easy off turn 2. That is the trickiest corner always at Texas, and when you got 20+ mph winds, it makes it even just more hectic. And got a half a lap, Dustin. We're gonna restack them up. I see Callum Bailey on the YouTube saying nowhere to go, man, with a meh face. Lunar Eclipse saying RIP. Callum
and he didn't. I mean, that landed literally right on his hood. He was just running his line. Bailey, buddy, you were just running your line, and next thing you know, Danny White was right on your hood.
Gold track, which actually that's Caden Bullard. He's got the same icon on YouTube as he does in Discord, so I figured that out there the hard way. Caden says, "Sorry everyone, snap, lose." So I think what he means is we're gonna go with Dustin here, and we're gonna end the streak tonight. Here we go, turn 1, turn 2. A lot of space amongst the top 10. They're in a double file, but Dustin, we make it through clean that time.
Yeah, make it through clean. Everybody kind of single file now. You have to go all the way back to about 8th place right now, where you got this good battle, and that's going to be between the 67. That's Carter Kerr, and the 76 of David Holsey. They finally get that line back up. And again, now you have to go even further back. Well, not on Justin LeBlanc, because he's still blinky. But then you got this group right here, Jeremy, and this is right around that 15th position where they're still trying to get stuff sorted out. But it's all Austin McGill right now up front, being tracked down by the 1 of Mike Hayes. So those two, Jeremy, do have a win on the season thus far. You have to go to third place, the 21 of Ricky Hudgens, having a solid line, who's the first non-winner this season that's the highest up. But then Michael Thorpe Jr.,
Caution.
who does have a win, running fourth, and we have a caution on the track. This looks like it's going to involve the 77 of Shane Wielden.
It does. They came out of pit road. He has no tailgate on this truck.
Oh, no
And-
downforce on that thing at all.
Like, there is a spoiler there, but that rear piece, that tailgate on these trucks means a lot. That airflow, it comes around the backside there, and it bounces it off the tailgate, and then it straightens the truck out. But without it, the air is just so unstable. He just pulled out of pit road. He wasn't even fully up to speed, and he still spun out. That just goes to show aerodynamics are a thing here. And Shane Wielden bringing out the second caution on lap 7.
Yeah, and he got that damage, obviously, from that lap .5 incident that we had. And like you said, I mean, this is a track that for these trucks is aero dependent. It does mean a lot. And Jeremy, I'd have to believe that wind that we have going on as well at the start was 20 mile an hour, 24 mile an hour winds, 25 as it sits right now, and continually going up a little bit is not
26?
26. Yeah, it peaked at 26. That is not playing good dividends for some of these drivers right now, as you see the wind variables going from 20 to 26, brought to you by Dusty Pete's Gifts and Collectibles. And when you don't have certain body panels like that, Jeremy, it's not good. These drivers have their hands full, and Shane was definitely one of those, had the hands full big time coming out of pits there.
Yeah, and Caden on YouTube saying those trucks with damage are a handful. So just further confirming, no bueno if you have any damage here at Texas in a Craftsman Truck Series truck on iRacing. It is just too much. You see, looks like the 78, possibly John Howard, taking his wave around there on the outside. There he is on your camera there. Thanking your Icon Apparel Company Lucky Dog Award as he drives around. Going to go from 4 laps down to 3 laps down. He still has a journey to go, but if we're going to go off early averages, he has a chance to finally to get, or possibly to get back on the lead lap here. Lap and a half, Dustin. Still, the top 5 really unchanged. Top 10 unchanged. Just the guys in the back. Look at this one guy, Tyler Honeycutt in the 45. We've only had, what, 4 green flag laps? 3 green flag laps, something like that, right? Not too much. 45, Tyler Honeycutt. He's up 8 positions already. He's flying through early.
Yeah, and he actually was involved in that first incident that brought out the first caution that we had. But damage didn't look that critical on it, but slowly trying to move up, pick his way up. But like you said, the front 5 have really been untouched right now. McGill, Hayes, Hudgens, Thorpe, and Knight are your top 5 right now, and that's how they're going to stack it up for this restart. And right now, it looks like the 2 battlers that have been really at each other's bumpers since the initial drop of the green flag that started this entire event have been the 99 of McGill and the 1 of Hayes.
We're going to see on this restart what it looks like. The top 5 have been giving each other pretty good amount of space on these first 2 starts. Let's see what start 3 looks like. As we have the track still camera. Just looking through here. Love these camera angles. Turn 2. This is probably going to be a very popular camera angle here this evening. Such a great view. Get a wide sweeping angle. Look how flat the corner gets. These guys are going 170 plus off that corner at like 10 degrees of banking. So no kidding that they get loose stupid easy. We're going to go green quarter lap from now. And it looks like Caden says he has a little too much damage himself. So look at him doing double duty on the track and, you know, partaking in the chats here. I love that little in-car reporter, right?
Absolutely. We love our official and unofficial pit reporters like that kind of give us a little insight on what's going on the track that we may not be able to catch, but these guys are stacking it back up. Restart zone, green flag flies, back underway. 99 of McGill pacing that one off to a good start. Clears the one of Mike Hayes. Hayes jumps down to the bottom line, now side by side with Thorpe and Hudgens as they're going side by side through turns 1 and 2. And right now, depending on that corner exit, Hudgens may have him cleared. A little bit of a slide job. Oh, got Thorpe a little wobbly there. So that was definitely a very close clear on that move there between the 21 of Hudgens and the 34 of Thorpe.
Aiden Bullich said I'm a corpse. That means he's done. That's why he's full-time reporter right now. And they filed single file pretty quickly. Already one lap in, and just a couple of positions around the track that are 2x2, but the rest of it just single file here, taking it easy here, which is what's needed to get this race going. And looking on board a couple of these guys as we're cycling through these first opening couple laps. Here's the 67 newcomer Carter Kerr. No idea what his speed looks like. He did qualify in 6th, and at the line this time he's moved up to 1 spot. Welcome to the top 5 for the first time, Mr. Carter.
Yeah, Carter Kerr in the top 5, and right behind him, Joshua Altus right now moved into 6th. So a couple newcomers working their way further forward. Your top 4, Jeremy, are packed tight. Nose to tail, nose to tail, nose to tail. That's going to be McGill, Hayes, Hudgens, and Thorpe. But now we have the likes of Carter Kerr and Joshua Altus working their way in. Looks like Hudgens looking like he wanted to try to put a nose on the inside of Mike Hayes for that P2, but for the most part, Jeremy, they've been keeping it lined up, and you see this first 8 trucks or so are starting to pull away from the rest of the field. The more you side-by-side battle, the less speed you carry, and you start losing the tracks of that front pack.
Yeah, and good pressure here, 99 on the 1, just riding him all the way through the tri-oval, or as you call it, the quad oval, and backs down a little bit there on quarter entry. He's going to reuse that draft to close back in that gap where he can. The 34, Michael Thorpe, finisher in 2nd place last week, is going to take a look to the inside of on car 91, but driver the 21, Ricky Hudgens, pinches him down a little bit there. Michael Thorpe able to squeak out 3rd place that time, but Ricky Hudgens has been stepping it up recently too.
Yeah, he really has. It seems like we've been calling his name more and more each week. He's been up there around that top 5, found himself up in the top 3, so he's definitely making the right choices and progressing further up. As it sits, Jeremy, I know it's early. We're working lap 16 of 167 scheduled distance right now. But we're already seeing some of the tough competitors right now, but we haven't got a long run. But as it sits, your tough competitors are your front 3 right now, and all 3 of them are previous race winners. So, keep that in mind. But again, we have yet to see what these drivers can do on a long run. We've heard it from Austin McGill that he told his team at Full Throttle Motorsports that's one of the things that he struggles with is longevity of his tires. So he knows that he's more of a short run driver, but I mean he showed us last week, Jeremy, it seemed like it worked, and he was able to actually have a solid long run there that was able to keep him ahead of his Full Throttle Motorsport teammate. Yeah,
Dover's probably the most challenging track to do that at. So now coming to Texas, where it's still pretty challenging, but it's a little easier compared to Dover anyways, and I will see if you can take notes from Dover and translate them over here to Texas. And the guy in front of him, too, the number 1, Michael Hayes. Remember, he passed some practice, qualified really well. And then he finished 24th. And he's looking to recoup those losses from last week and bring them over to this week. And just, have a night like Austin did last week at Dover. Right now he's setting the example, about 5 or 6 truck links in front of the 99 as, the side-by-side 3rd and 4th place. 94, Joshua Altus looking to crack the top 3. He's on the outside of Ricky Hudgens in the 21. He pinched him down low into turn 3. He's going to pinch him. Nope, he's going to keep it up just about normal here. He recognizes that Texas does not have a multi-groove surface, so you have to run the guy as low as you can, or at least a little bit of a gap. He's doing well at it. He's getting the draft behind from Michael Thorpe Jr. He's going to propel the 94 into 3rd. Does he cross over? He does. Ricky Hudgens falls to 4th, and it looks like Michael Thorpe is going to stay to the outside. Doesn't get the run he needs. Back to single file.
Yeah, that was a good move there by the 94 of Joshua Altus. moving himself up in the Nerd TV podium right now as they run. So solid move, and like you said, it's not this track is not essentially a multi-groove, but if the driver makes the right moves, can get that outside line to work at certain times. But right now, this is a heated battle right now for fourth as Thorpe Jr. and Ricky Hudgens really trying to duke it out. Hudgens trying to maintain fourth, Michael Thorpe wanting fourth, and those drivers are doing it. Further back, you see it in the shot there. This little three-truck battle between the 67 of Kerr, the 79 of Knight, and the 2 of Brody Marinko. Marinko bouncing back after being involved in that lap 1/2 incident that brought out the first caution. But these three trucks have not left each other either for about the last 7 or 8 laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's we're continuing to look at Carter Kerr here, single file, 23 laps in of this race. I think we're going to take our first picture-in-picture commercial break. We're going to be right back.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful, booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Back to full screen here, lap 28 of the scheduled 167 laps here. And, well, the top spot has not changed, though it's got a ton of pressure. I've been kind of watching around the 45. This is a battle for, you guessed it, 10th place. That's typically where we look at for action. And, like, right on cue here, 45 right in the middle of it. Tyler Honeycutt up 10 spots. He's now trying to make that pass over Anthony Emmerich in the 23 from Team Whatchamacallit. He drives up to the 3rd and 4th lane, Dustin, and he's going to make it work.
Yeah, it's Anthony Emmerich has been running a much higher line going through the corners, and he pays for it on corner entry, but man, does he gain on corner exit. He's going to clear the 45, be able to drop down as he does. It's going to leave the 19 of Jacob Grant up on that top side. Grant clears as well, drops down to the inside. But like you said, this is that heated battle. You've seen it during the picture-in-picture, and that's why the cameras were focused on it. This is where a lot of the action's at. Like you said, up front, about the only thing that has changed is the 34 Michael Thorpe Jr. did get around Ricky Hudgens and Joshua Altus right now to move him up into third. Mike Hayes still holding the top spot. Austin McGill still holding second, but nose to tail for those two. And Hudgens has fallen from third and fourth all the way back to seventh right now, Jeremy. So almost seems like those tires are definitely not at a good point for that 21 truck on the board, 91 on the truck itself. But everything else still runs smooth right now, Jeremy, as we're working lap 31.
Yeah, very calm start, minus the first two cautions. We got to this long-ish green flag period here, about 25 laps into this run. And we're just watching maybe our first or second pass for the lead. Austin McGill was your pole sitter, then Michael Hayes quickly took it over. And Austin wants it back, Mr. Welcome to the long run party. He's going to perform Michael Hayes here on lap 32, take the lead back. Two different lead changes amongst two drivers, and it's these two guys who have a 2.1 second lead over third place. So these two guys are probably going to be the two parties that we're going to be watching all night long for the front. You see the gap, third place, Michael Thorpe way back there, because he's got a little group of trucks behind him. But I'm just really impressed, Dustin, that the 99, the number one, Dover last week, it's a mile track, and it's a mile and a half, completely different surface, completely different everything almost, but yet they're performing the same. So these guys just really have things hooked up midway in the season.
Yeah, they really do. Like I said, it's, Full Throttle Motorsports has been coming on. Oh, both drivers get a little loose coming out of the corner there, and they both do the turn two wall scrape coming off. And I think the one that hurt the most, as you see him falling further and further back, is the one of Mike Hayes. Austin McGill able to gap him quite a bit off of that turn two exchange where they both scraped the wall. But it definitely looked like Mike Hayes had a little bit harder of an impact on that turn two exit.
Yeah, he tail slapped that pretty good. And you see him, he's going to do it again. He's getting loose, man. It's just a combination of the tires wearing out, winds being at 19 to 20 miles an hour right now, and as this track surface gets a little more heat built in, a little more rubbered in, the grip levels and everything does get affected through every single truck out here tonight. Looking at a couple of good battles right here. The 74 on your screen. This is going to be Dustin Franklin and Jacob Grant. Nose to tail here. This is for 9th and 10th place.
Yeah, again, right around that top 10, we have a couple good battles going on. These two drivers have been right around each other. You see Franklin getting a little loose. Further back, though, you see this big gaggle of trucks right now. So this is a pretty good size. Right now led by the 45 of Tyler Honeycutt. David Holsey running right behind him. And then you've got Matthew Escalera back there. But then you've also got Mantle, Emmerich, and Gaston. Gaston, who had a solid qualifying effort as well. So all these trucks in close striking distance right now. And it's all going to depend on who can manage and maintain their tires a little bit more. We already heard it from some of the drivers that, unfortunately are no longer in this race, that these trucks, even with a little bit of damage, Jeremy, can be a handful. So you've got to be careful on those wall hits, like what we've seen both the 99 of McGill and the one of Hayes take out of turn two, because they can drastically affect the truck. And that's not just wall contact, but even driver-on-driver contact. So these drivers giving a little extra space around each other is very accommodating for sure.
I'm still looking at this 23 Anthony Emmerich P15. He's not the fastest guy on track, but compared to his competition, he's able to run that third groove. He's a little loose this time in turn 3, but 1 and 2, he seems to have something working.
Ooh.
Oh, I guess the wall there. I didn't mean to put him on camera for that, but there we are anyways. I love the spec map of his number, but he can do pretty good up here in 1 and 2. It's just 3 and 4 he cannot do it. 26 Callum, he's gonna really widen things out here.
He hits the wall again.
His tires never mind. I was gonna give him a compliment, but now we're just gonna talk about tire wear and how it's not affecting his truck in the proper way. And wreck! Tyler Honeycutt gets hooked. Caution's out on lap 39 for the third caution night. Oh, they're gonna stack him in a little bit further in. 23, Anthony Emmerich just talked about him. He's gonna get a little bit of this action. 45, the the 76. About 4 or 5 drivers involved in this one, Dustin.
Yeah, that was going into the corner too. So the 45 got loose. You seen it right at the start of the replay. 76, David Holsey goes in there. 45 still just a little loose, but I mean, it seemed like he was stabilized. A little bit of bumper tag there from the 76, and then a double tap there to finish it off, and around goes the 45. And then you see the 76 of Holsey gets tagged from behind as well. He goes to the inside, sliding. Oh, man, Escalera just barely evaded that one with a hard left turn to get around Holsey.
Bobby Mantle just yanking the wheel hard left to avoid that one. I think he clipped the 43's rear end, Matthew Escalera, but sends Bobby into the grass to avoid it, and then Anthony Emmerich with the lack of brake pedal flying through that wreck late, but able to only come out of that thing with a little bit of thigh damage, but not too terrible on the damage. So about 6 trucks in total involved on this one, and now every single driver headed down pit road.
Yeah, all coming down. We've seen some of the trucks. I mean, we talked about it, briefly there about the tire wear that was going on. So this was definitely a much needed pit stop, for these drivers. Like the 23 of Emmerich we had talked about, he was definitely getting loose. We know Mike Hayes was getting loose as well. So we'll have to see what's going on. Right now, the 72 of Jonathan Gaston showing as the race leader, as he is still out there on the track. Some of these drivers, though, looking like they might try to get a wave around. The 26 of Callum Bailey, definitely one of those drivers as well that'll be getting those wave rounds. But this is where it's going to be different, Jeremy, on strategy on how this is going to work out. We know that they got 3 sets of tires. Definitely just burnt one of those sets right there under that caution brake for pit stops. So 167 laps. You got to stretch them. You have to stretch them.
So at this time, Dustin, early take on the streak, if it ends or not, it's a 50-50 chance. Austin McGill won last week. He's got 1 win. Michael Hayes in the 1 winless. So we'll see. It's the 2 fastest drivers. 1 has a win, 1 doesn't. Kind of curious how this plays out.
Mike Hayes does not have a win this season? I swear he's won 1.
I'm looking at the charts right now. Out of 10 starts, he's got 0 wins, but he's 6th place in points. A total of 58 back of your points leader McCoy at this time. But yeah, surprisingly enough, Michael Hayes not a winner so far in 2025.
If I was shooting for shit, I wouldn't have caught a whiff on that one there. Man, I don't know what I was thinking of. Maybe I was thinking about last season. You start doing so many broadcasts and seasons and leagues start blending into into each other, Jeremy. I mean, you and I have done 325 productions now plus, so it doesn't surprise me that my memory sits here and blurs and blends certain things together. So I was giving Mike Hayes credit. I was giving him credit that he hadn't earned yet, but you know what? We know he's won races before, so it's not far from the truth of realm of possibilities for the 1 crew. But right now, Joshua Altus starting that 94 Chevy Silverado at the front of the outside lane. So it's going to be McGill and Altus leading this restart. Thorpe, Hayes, they're pushers behind. So we're going to see what's going on right now. Your newcomers being Altus and Kerr, both in the top 5. Definitely having good, excellent runs for their debuts.
Yeah, and 10 different winners, you would expect the number 1 just to be in that list. And so I kind of assumed that too. And nope, I went to go check, and I was like, oh, well, we do have a chance at an 11th different winner here. Green flag is out. Austin McGill going to get a great launch. Going to bring Michael Thorpe, 2nd place finisher last week, ahead of the 94 as well. So Joshua going to drop 1 spot, P3 there. And then right behind them is number 1 of Michael Hayes, loose off of turn 2. Then you got Carter Kerr there in the 67. They're going to go almost 3 wide here. Close the door on Brody Marinko in the number 2. As he's looking out of the inside, does he have the position? It looks like he will. Close quarters at the fender. at the door, side by side here, and looks like he's gonna have to spot in turn 1.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's we'll have to see what happens. It's so hard to restart on the outside here. If you don't get the perfect restart, it's so hard to try to maintain with that leader on the restart. So it's this is definitely one of those tracks. It's tough. It really is. But right now, Mike Hayes holding down P5, but this he's under a lot of pressure right now, Jeremy. He's got Kerr and Marinko behind him. And Marinko's looking like he's going to try to take that second lane, going to go side by side. Nothing in front of him. He's going to clear him off at turn 2. Mark Brody Marinko into the top 5.
A little bit of movement on the back straightaway here, inside, outside. People still getting loose as these tires are just about to optimal temperatures here. About 3 laps into this restart. And this is a very strong pack. It's not lame on YouTube. Says, let's go, Bobby Mantle in the 89. I had to bring that up because he is in the picture making contact. Does he not wreck? Oh my God. I thought he was going to for sure cause a wreck there.
Kerr
We're
way
3
down.
wide. Kerr way lower. Getting crazy back here.
Yeah, these guys are trying to make moves all over the place. Kerr goes way down low to get his truck in position, makes it stick through 3 and 4, even with that super low entry, which is not an easy thing to do at this track, but was able to make it stick. But yeah, it's that little bit of drift up there from Bobby Mantle. I believe that was into the 74, Dustin Franklin. That was that was close. That was very close right now. But this pack right here, Jeremy, there is so much action going on. Kerr was not able to get it to stick. Mike Hayes was able to fight back on that high side and able to maintain that. But Jeremy, I mean, any little thing can go wrong in this pack right here with as much that they are moving around, switching lines left and right all over the place, almost 3 wide in a number of areas. It's getting dicey.
And this is for 5th place on back. This is not 10th place. 10th place is included, but this is originally for the top 5 spot, which is held by the number 1 of Michael Hayes at this time. Turn 3 and 4, they go single file momentarily. On the front stretch, looks like the 91, actually the 21, Ricky Hudgens. On the inside here of the truck, I thought that was going to wreck a couple laps ago, Dustin Franklin, who's going to hold this outside quite well. Shifts up a little early on corner entry 1. Still remains side by side, has the advantage. Now he's onto the outside of Stephen Knight in the 79.
Yeah, Stephen Knight trying to work his way up as well. But they're all holding that inside line. The only driver that's that's out in that outside line right now is Dustin Franklin. You don't see another truck out there until you get a little further back. Well, I was going to say until you get further back to Jacob Grant in the 19. But they all pull to the inside. And, of course, Anthony Emmerich way out there, man. He is in a completely different zip code. They're all running downtown, and he's running uptown.
Yeah, top 2 gone, 3rd on back, all in this mix now. Brody Marinko joining with Joshua Altis, 3rd and 4th, mixing it up with the massive pack here. 3rd through about, let's say about 12th place, 3rd through 12th, through 13th even, all in this mix. Anything goes. So far, Brody's going to drive underneath Joshua. Be careful, you're going to get him loose. He holds on strong that time. It looks like the 94's got it hooked up on exit.
Yeah, he's going to go to the inside. Mike Hayes is going to follow suit. We're going to get a aerial coverage here from the blimp. Look at this pack of trucks right now. And like you said, Jeremy, this is from 3rd place on back to like 12th. There's a lot of trucks right here running in very close proximity. And look at that curve. Really powering on that outside. Got that side draft pull from the 94 of Altis. And he's going to pull up alongside Hayes, a little bit more side draft, plus pull from Marinko. He's going to try to pass Hayes here, running that 2nd to 3rd line right now. So number of drivers really starting to experiment. But again, you got to be careful, Jeremy. We've covered this a number of times. You know, you run those higher grooves, you can get those great runs, but you got to be careful about tire temps. With that, because it really heats those tires up because you're pulling faster speeds, as Dustin Franklin got really close to Kerr.
I thought maybe he made some contact, and I was like, we're gonna stack him up here deep into turn 2 and have another big one. But thankfully, Kerr having a strong setup, unable to be affected by the aerodynamic push by Dustin Franklin in the 74. Cross line this time. We're on lap 55 of the scheduled 167. Going into turn, this is looking like lap 1 of a restart, Dustin. These guys are 2-3 wide, inside, outside, blocking, left, right, all over the map here. Look at this. It was single file. Now it's 4 rows deep, 2 by 2.
Oh yeah, 4, almost 5 rows deep, 2 by 2 like that. And like you said, you would think if you hadn't been watching this solidly for the last 10 laps, 12 laps, these drivers have been doing this. You would think that it was right after the drop of a green flag on a restart, but it's not. As you see right now, Mike Hayes worked his way back up into the top 3. Him and Brody Marinko duking it out right now. A little bit of blocking there going on by the one of Hayes as they're trying to go on.
Ooh.
Kerr doing a little bit of blocking on Franklin. These drivers are getting dicey. They're wanting to hold every piece of real estate that they currently have.
Man, I was holding my breath. Oh, Franklin, loose. Franklin and the 67 of Kerr are going to make contact the way the blocks are happening. There we go. Got him loose.
And he
Aerodynamic
holds on to
loose.
it. Oh, no.
Here we go. Here we go. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Oh, and he
Wow.
did. What a
Great
good move.
driving.
Good move to lock it up there. And you called it, Jeremy. I mean, you knew it was going to happen with the way that they were racing like that. They were trying everything to to wreck each other. They were just, I mean, the racing was just that close.
Oh, he actually made contact, too.
Oh,
He
yeah.
finally- I think he was like aero loosening him, but now he said, nope, this time you're done, bud. The 67 came down. The 74 was there. Technically speaking, if that's, protocol for oval racing, that's up for debate. But technically the 74's bumper was there. 67 crosses over. 74 does make the contact and almost saves it, but just aerodynamics take effect. Cop the 67 occur loose. And then what a great job to quickly whip it, lock down the tires at the same time, and keep it center of the field in front of traffic, but not a crazy amount, and it's easily avoidable.
Yeah. The 79 of Steve Knight was happy that he counter-steered that and pulled that thing back to the center and locked it down. Otherwise, he was going to have a door panel full of the 67 of Carter Kerr. Man, that racing was wild. That was like almost 15 laps, Jeremy, of that pack from 3rd to 12th racing like that. That was unbelievable.
That was some fantastic racing. Hopefully we get that back on this next restart here. We're going to go picture-in-picture real quick once more. We'll be back for the drop of the green flag for the 4th time this evening.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Back to full screen here. We have a half lap left before we're going to go back to green flag action. This race will resume on lap 61 of the scheduled 167. So we're really close to getting to that 100 to go mark here in the Texas Motor Speedway race for race number 11 of the Global Racing League Truck Series. And here we go. 99-34. Your first and second place finishers last week. First and second on this restart, Michael Hayes, Brody Marinko. Gonna be third and fourth. Anthony Emmerich, welcome to the top six here. Oh, check up on the inside. Not a good start. I don't think that might have been a hiccup from Michael Hayes. And it just destroyed the inside, but now it's going to make some room here. Michael Thorpe to the inside. Going to go 5 trucks, single file on the bottom real quick because of that checkup. They're going to slide through here. 3 wide block. Michael Hayes. Will this pay off?
I don't know because he scrubbed some speed there. Marinko electing to stay with the one of Mike Hayes. It's going to put Thorpe Jr. to the outside. Now side by side with Marinko. Those two are duking it out as Mike Hayes is trying to maintain that P2. And Jeremy, that was, like you said, that was a very tough restart. A lot of checkups that were going on, and that checked the rest of that field up. Look how spaced out they got. And these drivers were all side by side, but look at that gaggle further back, Jeremy. This has stacked a lot of them up, and now they're all together. And what's tough is these drivers are not on fresh tires, Jeremy. They did not. There's some that did come down and some that elected not to because there's a limit on tires. So you don't know where the tire wear is on these tires right now. The tire temp should have come down a little bit under caution, but you don't know where the wear is at.
You don't. Oh, 99 McGill, big block. Michael Hayes back to P2 here to the 2 fastest trucks here this evening. And Austin did not want the number 1 of Michael Hayes to take the lead, and he's going to give him the bumper in the quad oval. As we got the 34 Thorpe driving through the grass, he sneaks underneath Brody Marinko while cutting the grass. You ain't Dale Senior, sir, but he gets the job done anyways, or at least trying to. Almost gets Brody cleared. 34 using the grass to his advantage. Brody, oh my gosh, with the block over Jacob Grant in the 19. Holy cow.
That was so close. He couldn't have been. If it was any closer, there would have been contact made for sure. You see Marinko going back to the outside there, but trying to get a nose on the outside of the 34 of Thorpe. Does side by side going down the backstretch right now. These two drivers have been in this situation a number of times already. Remember the battle that they had at Martinsville? They were back and forth all race long. The 2 of Marinko, 34 of Thorpe. And these drivers back at it at Texas. A little bit of a bump, and now Marinko goes through the grass, repeating what Thorpe Jr. did just 2 laps prior.
Trying to do it, but doesn't get the pass completion here. Back to the race lead, side by side. Does Hayes have an opportunity? Does not get blocked by McGill this time. Door to door. Does Michael stick the corner? He does. 99 washes up. Gets a little bit of run off the corner. But for the 3rd time tonight, we have a lead change. Michael Hayes back to P1.
Yeah, Mike Hayes back to P1 by half a truck length right now. McGill going to fall off, going to have to fall back in line, but don't expect this battle to sit here and stop as Brody Marinko, some heavy blocks on the 19 of Jacob Grant as Grant was trying to get a run on the low side. Marinko shut the door on that move real fast as he's still trying to tow in the 34 of Thorpe right now, and that now puts Dustin Franklin on the inside of Jacob Grant after that. So there's your battle right now for 5th. Side by side is the 74 Franklin on the inside, 19 of Grant on the outside.
Super clean and aggressive racing inside this top 5. McGill shoved Hayes all the way through the front stretch. Hay released him now into turn 1 and 2. Let's even get back at him here in 3 and 4. Unable to do so. Hayes going to get that 1 truck length gap. McGill uses the entire exit of turn 4 to make that corner completion as they're starting to file away in this top three, almost a full second earned between the top two and third place. Caution out on lap, a very nice 69. And this time we're going to involve the 89 of Bobby Mantle, turn one. And it looks like it's going to be contact between him and Don Blazer.
Yeah, you see the 89 doing that because you do a sweeping arc going in, and Don seen that opening there, and put the nose of the truck there. But those opportunities and openings or holes, they close up so fast. And Jeremy, you know as well as I do, and a lot of the other sim racers, that spotter cannot keep up that quick a lot of times when something happens. So there are times where these drivers just, they don't realize because they're setting up for their corner entry. They had just checked their mirror. Don Blazer was back there, so he's doing his arc in. Don seen the opening, went to go for it. Spotter couldn't pick it up. Contact is made. It's an unfortunate inevitability when it comes to sim racing like this.
Yep, Texas, there's two ways into that corner. Sweep it like that, or go right to the white paint and stick it. And those guys had two different ways. And they met up in the same spot. And can't do that. Causes that there. A lot of trucks down pit road. Well, at least half the field. Remember, you get limited tires here. I think Dustin has a graphic that we can display on the screen. You get 3 sets of tires behind the wall, plus the one on the truck. 100% fuel load. No fast repairs. 3 green-white checkers. Lucky dogs and wave arounds in effect. So there's your key points of the races here at Global Racing League. And that's why you see the field split 50-50. There's been some cautions. This is the fifth one. And, not everyone's going to use their tires early. And this is going to change up the dynamic of this race, I think, Dustin.
Yeah, because for the first time, we're actually going to see a pit strategy split between two different groups of drivers right now. The drivers that elected to stay out and the ones that elected to come in. And here's the thing. When it comes to motorsports like that, Jeremy, you're not going to see whether these strategies are going to pay off until we get to the very end of the race, because you don't know how the race is going to go. Are we going to sit here and have long green flag runs? Are we going to have a late race caution that's going to completely just, turn the tides on some of these strategies, like what happened with Dustin Franklin earlier in the season, where he came in to pits, got the fresh tires on one of the late race cautions. There was no more cautions after that. He was able to power and just drive around everybody. We won't know. The only thing that we do know right now, Jeremy, is we have 2 different sets of variable pit strategies going on right now. And now we're just going to see what's going on. As we got a truck mowing the grass.
Anthony Emmerich.
Anthony Emmerich
What
apparently
you doing, bud?
did not like the way that the lawn maintenance took care. Maybe he's seen a patch of grass in there that he just didn't, he thought needed to be hit a little bit more. So he was doing them a solid.
All right. So texting and driving. No bueno. Mr. 23 Anthony Emmerich. It's most likely the case here. Checking on some text. We're 3 wide here on the second to final lap of this caution break. We're 3 wide multiple places here. It's very scattered as we're going to get grouped up. Or is this the final? This is the final lap. Why are we 3 wide and scatterbrained? We're still 3 wide back here. We'll figure it out. 76. Looks like Mr. Holsey's got to drop back a little bit further. I think that's why part of that reason we're 3 wide. Top 10 has it figured out, and I think we're filed away. Yeah, so that's it. We're finally grouped up here. Your top 5 right now: Austin McGill, Michael Thorpe Jr., Bernie Marinko, Ricky Hudgens, Anthony Emmerich, and then just add 6th place in row 3 is Michael Hayes in the 1. Which Michael Hayes on that caution break did pit. Your first truck on a fresh set of tires, P6. So that's something to notate there. Here we go. Let's see how quick the one gets around this field. Does he shoot his shot too early? Does he press the nitrous button too early? Or did he make the right call? We have just under 100 laps to figure this thing out. Green flag is out. 21 Hudgens, terrible start. Going to get the top 3 separated by about half a second already. Anthony Emmerich in the 23 is going to lead him off into turn 2 and group set number 2 here.
Yeah, well, and one thing you got to realize is on older tires like that, when they cool off, you have to in the back of your mind, understand tire spin. On that restart, when you start getting heavy on the loud pedal like that, those tires, they will let you know when they are torqued off, and you will get tire spin. You will not get the traction, the acceleration that you're used to, and that's what happened to the 21 of Ricky Hudgens there, and it just separated everybody out. So right now your top three, McGill, Thorpe, and Marinko, they're gone. They had a clean start there with 99 and 34 starting inside and outside of the front row there. And then Marinko started right behind the 99, so they got a clean start all the way through. And here we go, back at it. Michael Thorpe Jr., Brody Marinko still battling it out now for P2.
Yeah, strong battle top three, and then strong battle from fourth on back. Jeff on YouTube suggesting a little gimmicky situation. There should be a fast repair only to be used in the first 5 laps. He's like he's playing golf and he has a mulligan on the first tee box. Like I think that's what he's calling right there. That would be interesting. But yeah, a lot of people could have used that on this race. The first opening lap, we had 6-7 trucks involved in the wreck. So there's that. But one of those trucks involved was the 19. He's currently in P6. He's not doing too terribly bad right now. Jacob Grant right there in the May the 4th be with you paint scheme. So happy Star Wars Day to all you Star Wars nerds out there. And there's the 74. He's going to make a dive to the inside. Driver Dustin Franklin going around. Jacob Grant like he's sitting still. And Brody sneaking in on the inside of Michael Thorpe from P2.
Yeah, and I love the idea.
Contact
Contact made. 34. Thorpe saves it. They keep going. But man, does he lose time and speed on that one. And Jeremy, the heat that was put on there, that was an excellent save.
Yeah.
Bar none was that an excellent save. Snuck it on the inside and just going in to turn 1. Contact made. Yep, both going for the same real estate. 34 arcing it in. 2 with didn't stick the paint, but also arced it in. But the 34 just had a much more abrupt arc in, but was able to hold on to it. What a save by the 34.
Yeah, it was a great save there. I'd say he's not going to be happy about that because the contact happened dead center of the track. It's like the number 2, Brody Marinko, didn't want to go to the bottom. He himself, on the inside approach, wanted to take the middle to upper groove. And so it's just complete misread by the 34, and rightfully so. But somehow he saves that thing. Hands on award, whatever we'll call it, the Get a Grip nice save award to the 34 so far here this evening. Now we have Dustin Franklin looking to crack second place. Dustin Franklin, we don't talk about him too much being in the top 3 and being on that tire strategy. This is where the dynamic changes. And Dustin trying to go P2.
Yeah, he's battling the 2 of Marinko right now on the outside. He was trying to get on the inside. Marinko was not given that. And now you see a little flip-flop right now, but Marinko not going to be able to maintain with just on the fact of sheer tires. But right now, Thorpe Jr. going to the clutches of the 1 of Mike Hayes. Mike Hayes has caught him. Hayes has pressure tires by virtue of that last caution when they come down to switch. And we don't know what damage has been done to the tires of Thorpe Jr. in that 34 after that fantastic save. But sliding turns 1 and 2. So we'll have to see how that goes. But one thing is for certain, 99 and McGill now under attack by the 74 Dustin Franklin, as Franklin is trying to be a new leader for tonight if he can get up to the 99, which he has, and get a pass secured on the inside. McGill's going to let him go by knowing he's got the fresher tires. New leader, 74 Dustin Franklin.
3rd different leader, 4th different lead change. And I got to have a quick correction here. Dustin Franklin has been in the top 5 throughout the season. It's just been tonight specifically is what I meant. It's not really been in the top 5 picture. Now leading the thing. He's got 1 win, 3 top 5s underneath his belt this season. So he has been up there battling. But welcome this time with the fresh set of tires to take over the race lead so far on lap 83 is next time around, Dustin. We're going to be halfway completed in this event.
Yeah, halfway completed, so half the race done after they cross the start-finish line. This time by your top two now, Franklin and McGill. Marinko still holds third. Thorpe and Hayes are fourth and fifth, still battling it out. And then we have to go further back till we get to this pack of trucks led by the 19 of Jacob Grant. This pack here, this is for 6th through about 12th as it sits, and that's going to be Grant, Hudgens, Emmerich, LeBlanc. Sorry, Justin. Altus and Cobb, and then Steve Knight right back there as well. So this is a tight little pack with a lot of racing going on right now.
Yeah, you see the 23 Emmerich. He's doing the wild up and down motion here. You see LeBlanc, Mr. Blinky McGee, still blinking even 85 laps later. We notated him. We actually went on board with him going through the wreck on that first opening lap. Looks like it's a little more stable, but I do see some blinks from time to time from the 85.
Whoa!
Oh, loose. Here we go. Wreck. Speaking of which, second time we've caught it live on camera. Third time we got 4 or 5 trucks involved in this one. I saw David Holsey. He's involved. Anthony Emmerich, of course. He's going to be involved. And we're going to take a couple looks at this Nerd TV replay to see exactly what happened there. Was it just a checkup being loose, or was it just straight up contact?
Yeah, I don't know if it was contacted. He almost looked loose. Oh, yeah, he was loose off that corner, big time loose. And LeBlanc was right there. And it looked like LeBlanc might have been just a hair loose coming off the corner, too. Contact was made, and spin cycle for the 23. And it looks like Holsey got a piece of that one as well, trying to take some evasive maneuvers. We're going to go back and take another look at that with a little Nerd TV rewind. See what happened to the 76.
There we go, 76, 94. We're going to have to ride on board the 94. His wheel action is just amazing. But here we go. Here's Holsey making the contact with the 94, and then he just gets shot straight down to the infield wall. Bam, heavy impact there for Holsey. And sneaking through the 73 of Jeff Weimer.
Ooh.
Barely escaping that one. As I think Holsey probably got the worst deal out of this whole wreck.
Yeah, he looked like he made the most contact on that one.
Wasn't even a part of it. He was just wrong place, wrong time. But look at this guy. Watch the wheel work here. He's not going to hit anything except that little contact from Holsey to begin with. Just great wheel work. Inside, gets hit from behind. He's going to whip it to the outside. He's like, oh, no, I'm done. What the hell was that in the camera? I don't know. And then he's going to whip it to the right again. Save it, save it, save it. Going to whip it left again. Why is the helmet piece in the camera? I have no idea. And there we go. Look, great driving there from Altus.
He had his hands full for sure. That was a piece of work that was going on. And now all the drivers that did not come down to the service of their virtual pit crew last time, Jeremy, have now come down this time. So these drivers like Franklin and Hayes, Grant, that now have, about 10 or about 12 laps or so on their tires, they now got fresher tires that are going to be further behind. But Austin McGill going to be slotted back in 8th place, Brody Marinko in 9th, and Michael Thorpe in 10th. So they got a little work to do to get back up to Franklin and Hayes.
Just a little bit of work, you know what I'm saying? Just a little. The tire difference is about 10, 15 laps, so there's that. You got some second time around pit stops happening, about 4 trucks in right now. His pace lights are out, signaling 1 to go. We're going to get the restart on lap 89. Remember, we're scheduled 167 laps, so we're just past the halfway point of tonight's race. Quick shout out to one of our partners before we hit green flag once more. Shout out to Spring Fever. Spring Fever, audio partner for the Nerditudes. You got New World. That's our official theme song that we've been running for quite some time now. Sorry, Facebook viewers. We've had some issues on that end, but YouTube has it no problem. And great band, newer to the scene compared to the most others out on the radio. They got an EP album out. They're working on a new one this year. Go check them out. Spring Fever Band is what you're going to search for anywhere you listen to your music.
Absolutely, yeah. You know how it goes in the media world. It's they get flagged for copyright. We do have the rights to use their stuff on air, but the automated AI analytics and everything that catch the stuff, it's sorry Facebook, you guys don't get to partake.
We're gonna call that analytics for the Facebook side of things.
I like
'Cause
that.
anal about the there you
Yeah.
go.
Yep.
Kicking our arse is what they're gonna do. No, the restart not happening. Who was that one truck there in the back who did not go? About fifth place or so. Was that Stephen Knight? No, that's not him. It was Chuck Cobb in the 81. Did not go. Like, he restarted sixth. He's gonna fall back outside of seventh, eighth place. So losing quite a few spots. Maybe starting in third gear is probably what happened. With Chuck, everybody else, though, doing a pretty good job. Welcome to the top five, almost 85. Justin LeBlanc, Blinky, Blinky. He's back in full Blinky motion. Dustin Franklin going to lead this lap.
Yeah, but look who's working their way up. That not so good start there opened the doors, and 99 of McGill and the 34 of Thorpe are now right behind. Oh, we got Emmerich going sideways back there.
Oh. Did he get... Oh, God. I thought he was going to get T-boned right there off the corner exit. And it looks like he's going to back that truck out entirely. And we're just going to get loose on cold tires. Gradually happening.
And then he just backs it right into the wall, loses the entire tailgate on that thing. Pop! Right there it goes. Oh, he does get clipped by Escalera. Oh!
43 just coming in late without warning. And look at this. He's already loose. He's loose here. He's loose. He's loose. He's tracked. He's tracking. He's tracking. He's still tracking. And like he chased that whole corner. But here's the 43 Holsey. This is what he has to see. Right behind the 89, just blindsided by this wreck.
Well, and here,
I bet you if you go to the Oakley visor cam,
here's the thing though. The reason for that is because the 43 could not see what was happening right in front of him. So we're gonna go Oakley visor cam. You're gonna see this is what he's seeing from his point of view. So right now, he's not really seeing. Like you can't even see the 23. Blocked by the bar there barely, and all he can see right now is Bobby Mantle until it's already too late and it's right there. Now we're gonna back that up, Jeremy. We are gonna back that up, and we're gonna play at full speed. And I mean, for all of us, we can see and we know that it's there, but he does not. So right now he's closing in on Mantle. Does not even see Emmerich. Does not even see Emmerich until whoa, shoot! Right there it was.
Yep. And that is, that's terrible. Like you literally know these trucks have the worst visibility when you're up against someone's bumper. That massive spoiler, just flat back. There's just nothing you can do about that situation.
It's just like having a piece of plywood up there. Like you can't see around it. It's just a flat piece of plywood or fat. You can call it fat piece of plywood too. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yep, absolutely the same thing. It's going to bring up the 6th caution here this evening. 19 Jacob Grant making some great moves on his fresh good years. Michael Hayes, 3rd place. Austin McGill in 4th. He has to truck his way back to the front after his tire change, the last pit stop. And then I'm surprised Justin LeBlanc is able to maintain his spot even though his internet connection not in condition to be running up this well, but somehow he's making it work for himself in that 85.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we have to deal with that, the real-life drivers don't have to deal with. But, I mean, if you want to put it in comparison, real-life drivers have to deal with mechanical failures. Here on the iRacing platform service, we don't really have mechanical failures where an engine will just sit here and go out of nowhere, where a part will break. Our mechanical failures comes in the form of internet connection instability, packet loss, things like that. That's where our mechanical failures come in, and we have all been at the bad receiving end of one of those in one way or another, whether it's happening to us or whether we're racing somebody that has that and then contact's made because they're there, they're not there, they're there, they're not there. So it's a real thing.
100% here. Next lap, we're going back to green flag, which is resuming this race on lap 94. of the scheduled 167 laps here tonight. You got 22 still viewers on YouTube, so I appreciate y'all still watching here. Decent amount of viewers for the Texas race, race number 11 for the Global Racing League Truck Series.
Blinky LeBlanc. Still at it.
Blinky LeBlanc, man, he's just a forever firework out there tonight, just being relit, and I don't know how. I know we've been a part of tons of leagues. We've notated that, and some leagues have the rules saying you can't do that, and some do. And well, he hasn't caused any trouble. So I mean, there's that. He's been good on that notion. But
And
here
that's
we
probably
go.
why
Back to green
he's
flag.
still able to stay up there. He hasn't caused any trouble, hasn't made contact. And tire spin there out of the two of Brody Marinko. Not the best start that he wanted. Dustin Franklin going to jump out to a huge lead, but that stacked up that inside line. And now your battle for second is really a battle between 5 trucks here right now.
Yeah, bad start from him. Bad start from Jacob Grant. Just
3 wide.
3 wide for P.
Almost 4 wide. Oh.
My mouse is dead. I have to plug it in here so I can catch this view.
Oh, man. McGill thought better of that, but he almost pushed that 4 wide. Still 3 wide. Marinko down low. McGill in the center. Grant was up top. Now back to 2 wide. Holy moly. That could have gotten real hairy real fast.
Here comes fresh tires. Austin McGill shoves the number 1 out of the way. There's your 2 fastest trucks tonight when it's on an equal set of tires. And they're going to make the pass, or at least around the 19 and goes to the 99. Single file now. Dustin Franklin, caution, 7th time this evening on lap 96. And we are looking at possibly, nope, not him. Going through the field here. There was a wreck somewhere. Dustin's got it. I don't. I know what I'm doing. Chuck Cobb, 81. How you doing? You're on the Nerd TV replay. No, you're going to cross down lazy.
Yeah, but I see what happened. We're going to go back and watch this. It almost looks like the 81 reacts to the blinking of the 85 of LeBlanc. So he disappeared, and then he did a little jut down, and that was just enough to make contact on that. And no joke, we had just talked about that, Jeremy, because it's tough. The driver that is blinking knows where they're at, but when they disappear, no other driver knows where they're at.
It's very true. And side note on that, I mean, we just talked about that too. We literally just said he's not causing any problems. And well, next caution, broadcaster's curse, I guess you could call that. It's been a while since we talked about it, but there you go. But Chuck Cobb almost got wrecked hard by Callum in the 26 and by the 73 of Jeff Weimer. Those two came in late full speed. They barely able to avoid everything. So great wreck avoidance by some of the guys that are going around the 81 spinning out. Riding on board. One of them, Callum Bailey, 26 with the blue and white X on the hood here. This is the easier of the 2 avoidances, but still like nothing, no view, no view. Oh, man. It looked easy until you see that view. He was blindsided again.
Yeah, he was. That was full speed, folks. That was not sped up at all. That was just normal speed. That's how fast it happens.
Yeah, Callum just said my angle was fun. Yeah, we just did that, man.
We got you, boo-boo.
First. Like, hopefully this pit stop you can change your pants and still not lose a lap, because I would not blame you if you had to do that. Great heads up there.
A great heads up with about a half a second to make a reaction on that in a decision. And that's what sets real racers and sim racers apart from, a lot of different sports that are out there, is our hand-eye coordination, our reaction time. Like, it has to be spot on. Granted, it can't be spot on all the time. The drivers cannot be perfect all the time, but Jeremy, you and I, we partake in super speedway racing at OP and everything else. And that's one thing, is that reaction time, split-second decisions like that. I mean, when you're on and they line up, I mean, you look like a rock star. But when they're off, even by the slightest, you're in the mess, man. There's no way around it.
Yeah, absolutely there, and should be getting the one to go signal this time. Dustin Franklin continue to lead the virtue of speed and these continuous caution breaks, able to keep up at the front, not use too much tire wear. Last couple restarts, we've had some bad starts, whether it be third gear, tire spin, you name it. Like there's been a checkup hard somewhere on either top or bottom. Maybe this time we'll have them all grouped up into full sail into turn one here as we're continuing to be 3 wide. These last laps before green flag seem to be a little fun filing through the back here. Top 5 this time around: Dustin Franklin, Michael Thorpe, Brody Marinko, Austin McGill, Jacob Grant. Finish your top 5, and we're going to shout out real quick one of our partners. We're going to do Dusty Pete's Gifts and Collectibles. If you want to get anything nerdy for your nerddom, whether it be your office or just your house in general, you got thousands of comic books, you got collectible action figures, trading cards of all sorts, NASCAR diecast, and more. And you're going to find everything there. Right after this race, head over to dustypetes.com. Super Nerd at checkout will save you 15% of your purchase of your online order of $20 or more. And here we go. Go on green flag, pace car down, throttles at the ready. And we're going to wait till we get to that blue and white restart zone, which is 3, 2, 1. Green flag. Here we go.
Yeah, working lap 167, Jeremy. And another notation as well is go check out Dusty Pete's Gifts and Collectibles, Dusty Pete's GC on Facebook and other social media, because they always post new stuff that they have there as well, keep you up to date. But this restart looked a lot better, Jeremy. All the trucks very close right now. Brody Marinko challenging right now. Dustin Franklin stuck to the outside. Marinko, McGill, and Thorpe Jr. on the inside, as McGill is giving Brody Marinko big pushes as they're going to truck by, and Franklin's going to fall back to 4th place.
Yep, he falls back to 4th quickly. Marinko, your 4th different race leader here. 5 lead changes in this race. Austin McGill might be the 6th lead change, and he's probably going to do it here this time. Tracking on the outside, side by side. These guys aren't up to temps yet. Austin's got to check up the corner, almost hits the wall, if not maybe did. And just by a nose, Marinko keeps that lap.
Yeah, keeps that lap, but McGill solid on that outside line and getting the draft help from his Full Throttle Motorsport teammate of Thorpe Jr., which is helping him maintain. And right now you see he's starting to lurch forward, just clears it to a Marinko to take over that race lead. Thorpe Jr. falls back in line in 3rd place, and just like that, 99 and McGill back up to the top spot.
Yeah, there it is. Yet another lead change here. Lap 103 now underway. As the number 2 is under a great amount of pressure from Michael Thorpe Jr. P3 that is, right there. Looks like the 2 had a little bit of a hiccup on corner exit. So did a lot of guys all in the back top 10.
You've seen that too.
Had trouble. Yeah, I saw them scatter all over the place like it was a Pocono restart.
Oh yeah, they were a lot of trucks that had a little bit of wobble coming off of turn 2 there, but everybody keeps it straight right now. And these drivers back here, I mean, we're seeing drivers back here just through virtue of their pit strategy. Mike Hayes back here right now, hanging on to the top 10 and 8. So he's back there. It's this is where it's going to get interesting, Jeremy. Working right now, we are coming up to 60 laps left in the event, and we know that there's varying pit strategies. So the question is, how is it going to work out? Is right now Full Throttle Motorsports back up to the top 2 spots. Thorpe Jr. did get around Brody Marinko, but Jeremy, these top 3 right now, they're just sailing away from Dustin Franklin. Once they got by him with the fresher tires, Franklin now trying to hold on to 4th place for that top 5.
And clearly, the people who pitted earlier, like the number 1 of Hayes and quite a few others, I remember I asked that question, did they shoot their shot too early? And yeah, that was the answer. When they get all cycled through, maybe with another caution, then they can all regroup and be on the same playing field. But right now, the later pit stops are playing huge for like the likes of 99 McGill, the 34 Thorpe, and so on here. That's currently in your top 10. Looking at this guy, been very stagnant 6th place. That's Carter Kerr. A little bit back further, here's the one of Michael Hayes. At the 11 of Blazer, followed up by Justin LeBlanc, who's not blinking at this time. But shout out to his internet for finally doing something here tonight. Minus letting him connect for this race. And just a good battle all the way through this little pack of trucks.
Yeah, and like always, Jeremy, this is right around that 10th place. We always
No way.
see. Oh, no way. Oh, and just as we said about it, I put the camera on LeBlanc, and
Goodbye.
Blinky LeBlanc makes a return. But again, we always have some of the best battles right around this 10th place. And it's always with a lot of trucks, so it can go any direction with this. 10th place currently held by that man on your screen right now. 91 on the truck, 21 on the pylon. That's Ricky Hudgens running in the top 10, but he's got a lot of heat right now behind him. First one that's actually for position is actually going to be the one of Mike Hayes. The other trucks behind him, they are not on the lead lap. That's going to be John Howard in the 78, and it's going to be Weimer in the 73. But a lot of these other trucks, Jeremy, they have their own race as well. They have a right to be there. They're trying to race for Lucky Dog to try to be that first truck one lap down so they can receive that. So again, like always, we have multiple races going on the same track.
I'm looking at the number 1 of Hayes here. He's just continuing to fall back. He is in desperate need of a pit stop. He needs a caution. He needs some tires to get back at least in the top 10. He's falling back to 11. He's just slipping further and further back.
Dustin Franklin is too. I mean, Franklin is falling back. He's almost going to be bumped out of the top 5 by Carter Kerr in the 67.
That's very true here. And so as we see more and more green flag lights tick, this is what we're going to see is that first pack of trucks that came down pit road, was it about 40-ish laps, maybe 35? They're just tanking right now. Currently in lap 111 of 167, so just around 58 laps to go in this event here for the 11th race of the Global Racing League Truck Series. Austin McGill, Michael Thorpe, your guys from 1 and 2 last week, 1 and 2 again this week, duking it out here with Marenko. P3, who started 19th, so that man in the 2 truck up 16 positions from the start of this race.
Yeah, and we always talk about that streak that's going on that could be toppled right now. Your front 2 runners both have a win on the season. They could stop that streak tonight with the W, but that man right there, Brody Marinko, fact check me, Jeremy, do not believe has hit victory lane yet this season, so he could be that ace in the hole a little bit that could continue that streak.
Going through the list, looking at Marinko, and well, there he is. Nope, no win for the number 2. So he's poking. He's 0.7 back. If we can get this really long green flag run, we don't know what the 2 can do with the 34 and the 99. We know 99 has been, history says he's been slower on the long runs. Thorpe Jr. a little bit better, and then Brody Marinko has been there in the past on several long run events, so could be a spoiler for these 2 out front right now.
On the long run, yeah. Tell that man that last week at Dover, my guy.
Yeah, I said by history. Last week was a asterisk in the stat.
Oh, we're doing
there.
the asterisk now. Okay, all right. Is that like Tom Brady's Super Bowl win? The deflate gate. That's an asterisk.
I didn't say it. You did it. You said it.
No, but I mean, and that's a great thing, Jeremy, is, being able to broadcast these leagues for, multiple seasons. We get to see the progression of drivers. And the 99 we know that he has been trying to work on that longevity for the long run. But right now, Brody Marinko's struggling as we've been watching. He had been maintaining, but a wall scrub there. And now Joshua Altus is going to go to the battle now, moving the 94 up into the top 3 as he makes a pass on the 2. still, McGill and Thorpe have taken off. Justin LeBlanc now on the outside gets a pass around the 67 of Carter Kerr. Kerr back to 6. Hudgens still holding on to P7 right now. Franklin has fallen from the lead all the way back to 8th right now. Next driver looking to try to challenge him is the 11 of Don Blazer.
I'm looking at lap times. This Joshua Altus guy passed 2 laps, fastest inside the top 10. And he is past Brody for 3rd. And he is technically closing in just outside of 1 second off the race leader. We're going to review this lap here and see what the difference is. McGill at the line, going to run a 30.647 to Joshua's 30.633. So that time with the pressure, Marinko unable to make advancement that time. But once it gets clear to Brody, he might have a chance here. But he's got a lot of aerodynamic, situations with the 2 as he's all over that back bumper right now.
Yeah, Brody putting a lot of pressure on the rear bumper, the 94 of Altus right now. And he's getting that push. He's getting them aero loose on corner exit, and that's slowing down the 94. As long as Brody follows suit and stays in his toe, that's making it more difficult. But it does look like he is tracking down, though, and chasing down the 34 of Thorpe Jr. as Thorpe Jr. has fallen off in the 99 of McGill.
Yeah, 100% here and starting to lose ground a little bit more. Austin starting to stretch things out a little bit. Lap 120 now, 48 laps remaining here at Texas. Half a second lead is 1st and 2nd, and then still 1.1 is Joshua, and he's starting to gap Brody just a little bit. And look at that big gap, 2.5 seconds between 4th and 5th, which you're going to find Justin LeBlanc, Carter Kerr, as themselves even spacing things out, Dustin. This is the largest margin of gap we've seen this field this entire race so far here late in the going, and this is what different tire strategies look like. They're not grouped up anymore.
Yeah, no, and they really are getting stretched out. Like I said, the closest ones that we had there for about 4 laps was Altus and Marinko, but Altus now gapping Marinko and starting to chase down. So that battle will turn in the battle for 2nd right now as Altus trying to chase down Thorpe to put a little pressure on. I tell you what, good showing for the 94 crew and that camp there for tonight's inaugural running here. But, I mean, he's definitely showing, good stout speed, smooth line there. You see now without the aero looseness that was put on by Brody Marinko, much smoother on corner exit. So he's tracking. He's definitely tracking, Jeremy.
Yeah, 100% here, under that 1 second mark. This time around, it gains another 10th, so 0.8 for Joshua. Can the newcomer come in here and try to spoil what people think is the streak ender at Texas? Joshua Altus, welcome to the league with a strong performance here. Him and Carter Kerr both new. Carter's just outside the top 5. This guy is currently P3, tracking Michael Thorpe, who is continuing to fall back further and further. And they both have a little hiccup there. It's going to allow Austin to extend it back out to that 1 second. So the 34 holding up Joshua here in the 94.
Yeah, they both had a little hiccup there coming out of turn 4. They both had it slipped up right about the apex of 3 and 4 there. You seen both trucks kind of abruptly move up as they had to chase it up the track a little bit. But like you said, Jeremy, I mean, we sit here and take a look at the iRacing iFlag track map. I mean, right now we are that green circle you see there. That is 3rd place. Camera is focused on the 94 of Altus. And you see half of the track. There are trucks on half of the track solidly. You got a pack you got lap traffic that's going down the backstretch right now with the leaders going into turn 3. You got a pack coming out of turn 4 going through the quad oval. Yeah, it's quad oval, Jeremy. It's a quad oval, not tri-oval, quad oval. But again, this is that varying, different strategies that we had going on. Is we got a battle for 2nd place.
There it is. On track. Side by side. Does Joshua get it? He's still under 1 second of Austin here. And I think Michael's going to try his best, but not going to be enough. I think this set of corners, Joshua's going to take this thing as long as he keeps it smooth. Yeah, Michael's going to go wide. Joshua's going to take it and give it a slide up in front. Just like that. P2 change. This is going to get fun. I think this is going to be hold on. Speaking of fun, Michael Thorpe not going to let him get to his teammate, Austin McGill. Remember, this is actually a little team strategy to hold up Joshua here to allow that blue spoiler to continue to lead.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to put the block on it, going through the quad oval on the front stretch there, but was able to get that crossover going. And now side by side are both drivers right now. This is your battle for P2. And Jeremy, just like you said, all this is doing is putting more time gappage in between second position and that leader of Austin McGill. And look what happened. Side-by-side racing allowed the two of Brody Marinko to close right back in. So now this 2-truck battle for P2 turned into a 3-truck battle.
Yep, just like that. Here we go. Slowing down things. Thorpe definitely holding up Joshua. Joshua has a run, though. What's he going to do? He's going to push the 34 through the quad oval here. Does he look to the inside? He does. Thorpe not going to let him do it. Holds him up here. And doing great teamwork to keep Joshua at bay. Oh, and he gets loose too. Now he's going to overheat the rear tires. That's probably going to end any efforts Joshua's going to have if the thing goes green the whole way.
Yeah, because he's going to have to, he's got to protect that right rear. He's got to cool it off. And the issue is he doesn't have the ability to do that because he's right in between. Oh, he gets loose there trying to pull it down on a crossover. Does get to the inside of Thorpe, but what I was saying is he didn't have the ability to because Brody Marinko was all over him as well. As he gets loose off, his right rear is heated. It is not happy right now as he holds on to it coming off of turn 2.
He's a little frustrated as he can't get around Michael. Now his tires are overheated, and this thing is just allowing Austin McGill to a 2.1 second lead. He gained 4 tenths, Dustin, that lap.
Oh, yeah, with the way these guys are going. And now Altus goes to the way outside. 3-wide battle for P2 right now. Marinko, Thorpe, Altus. Altus gets around Thorpe, has the two of Marinko cleared. Does he cut down? Nah, he runs about that second groove there. Marinko going to try to put his nose on the inside. Nose on the inside. Now side by side, Marinko and Altus side by side for P2.
Great battle here. Second, third, and fourth. Who's going to come out on top on this one? Brody's going to slide up a little bit. Joshua probably has the best chance to clear. He does. He's going to take a whole truck length and then some getting into turn 3. Now he is cleared. Let's see if he can get those tires cooled off and make one last effort. We still have 35 laps to go in this event. I think there might be one more pit stop to be had. I'm not entirely sure. But I feel like there's going to be.
Oh, yeah, there's got to be.
Yeah, 2.7 seconds is the gap between the 94 and the 99. I'm going to try to keep notate of that, see if he can maybe make up some ground. But battle third and fourth still strong right now.
Yeah, 34 of Thorpe Jr. overtakes Brody Marinko, but these two trucks right there as Marinko's looking on the inside, just does not have the bite on corner exit to just stick it, so has to pull back in line. So right now, Thorpe Jr. maintaining that third position, Jeremy. And we were just talking about pit stop 67 of Carter Kerr coming down to his virtual pit crew. This is a scheduled pit stop. This will be the last one for the driver out of that 67 camp.
Yep, here we go. Pit stops underway. Who's the first out of the top 10 to make their efforts outside of Carter Kerr?
Yeah, and that's just the thing. Now with, the first driver taking advantage of the pit stop, you don't want to stay out there that long because they're going to be making up a lot of time. The fall off that has taken place from old tires to new tires, I would expect some more of these drivers here in the next lap or two going to be coming down pit road. Looks like the 81 of Chuck Cobb following suit this time by. He's coming down pit road. Does he have any help whatsoever? Looks like everybody else in the top 10 maintains and stays out on the track.
Yep, and right now, the gap's still 2.7 between first and second as we're cycling through some of the other trucks through this field right now. Here's Don Blasian, the number 11, 8th place right now out of the only top 10 trucks on the lead lap. A lot of gap there. See some trucks still getting loose on the old set of tires. One Hayes going to creep up really quick here on Don this time around.
He's
Going to
got
quickly.
freshness.
Yeah, he's just going to. This is what new versus old looks like here. Just going to quickly go by the number 11. Just like that. And he's going to set sail for the next victim on his radar until they make their pit stops. But still, yeah, we're just waiting patiently. Ooh, Don Blasian.
Austin
Loosey-goosey.
McGill,
Here we
race
go.
leader, down. Third
There he
place,
is.
Michael Thorpe Jr. down. So teammates, Full Throttle Motorsports coming down pit road. 21 of Ricky Hudgens coming down pit road. So there's 3 out of your top 10 right now coming down pit road. Noah Tansman coming down in the 28 as well, as is the 11 of Don Blazer. So half of your top 10 coming down pit road this time, Jeremy.
Yep, let's see how this turns out. Make sure there's no penalties. 94 Joshua stays out this time. Marinko stays out. Justin LeBlanc, he's also going to stay out. So as Austin McGill leaves pit road, there's top 3 are going to stick out at least one more lap. And now, if you don't pit now, you're going to be at a huge deficit. So do you run it all the way to the fuel end? I don't think so, but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeremy. I don't think that's a good gamble. They got to come down. They have to. And the 94 of Altus is not, nor is Marinko. And LeBlanc is not coming down either. You got Jonathan Gaston still out there. He's in 4th. And Tyler Honeycutt still out there. But they could still come down pit road this time. Gaston passes by. Honeycutt is electing to stay out. So, no, your top 5 still stay out, Jeremy. I don't know. This could be a gamble with the fall off on old tires to new tires. And you got to remember, there was a 2-second gap between McGill and this driver right here, Joshua Altus. Marinko coming down. LeBlanc coming down. So there's 2 out of your top 5 coming down this time. It's going to leave Altus out there. He's at least going to go around one more lap.
Oh, it works.
And it works. Oh, my goodness. Caution comes out. All those
Joshua.
drivers stuck a lap down. This is a game changer for Altus, Gaston, and Honeycutt.
Altus stayed out, and he was 1 lap away from losing that 1 lap down advantage to Austin. And it puts a lot of people in a weird predicament as, well, is that the caution?
That would...
Carter, hey, you can't park there.
Oh,
All
no.
right. What happened? I'm confused. What is going on?
That couldn't be... I mean, he was off the racing surface.
Was
And
that
that was it. That was the crash. It's the only crash registered right now.
No way.
No way. Oh.
Caution's going to come out due to a part in turn 3 below the yellow line. Okay, well, that's going to...
I don't know. We're going to go back and watch that one because he was loose coming off. And I don't think there was anything further back. I really don't. No, there wasn't. That was it. Oh man, that is detrimental right now to a lot of drivers. Because now these 3 drivers, Altus, Gaston, and Honeycutt, are going to have the freshest tires and be at the front of the field right now because everybody else is going to have to stay out to get a waiver round.
Yeah, I was trying to think of, like, why he came down and stopped. There's no real team advantage. I mean, he's got Tyler Honeycutt during Ghosts. It's inside this little group of trucks. But outside of that, like, There's Justin LeBlanc, who's going to benefit. He's from Lone Star. Brody Marinko, he's going to benefit. Uh, not on that team. Drawing a blank on his team right now. Then you have Jonathan Gaston in the 72. There's a bunch of teams in there, so that was just weird. Didn't run out of fuel. He literally just pulled down and hit the brake. He was a half a track away. He was 10 seconds from pit road. And we're going to stop in turn 3 instead. So the wildest cautions to happen. It's going to happen with under 30 laps remaining in this event and shaking up everything.
Oh, absolutely just shook everything up on that. Now, it's going to be interesting. I mean, the thing is the drivers that did come down pit road that are stuck a lap down, they, I mean, their tires aren't super old. They had a very minimal amount of laps on them. But, I mean, like I said, those three drivers, Altus, Gaston, and Honeycutt right now, the freshest tires. They're going to be up at the front of the pack right now, leading the way, because everybody in front of them right now, as we go on board, you see all of them driving off in the distance right now. They all have to go around the track because they were at the tail end of the lead lap. So now they're going to be at the end of the longest line as it sits right now, as a 94 is going to take position, leading this restart from the inside front row.
Yeah, this will be fun. This will be very fun, and well, the freshest tires are also up front. Joshua Altus. Well, let's see here. There's a last-minute sneak in. Who's starting where? It looks like they're going to file in now the 72. Jonathan Gass on the outside. So yeah, the freshest set of tires are also going to be the ones up front of this restart. And look at this. They're about to go green flag, Dustin. They're about to go green flag. And look at them filing in still. They might delay this thing. Let's see what the admins do with it. This is going to be a quick get there and hit the brake moment. And they're all single file. Yeah, they make it. Yep. I thought there'd be more on the outside, but no, they're all going to make it. We're going to go green this time.
All single file on the inside because they have to go end of the longest line.
Yeah, 100% there. And here we go. This is going to be weird. Now the streak to 11 new winners in 11 races is now wide open. You have Jonathan Gaston. You have Joshua Altus. Austin McGill, he's in the mix, but he's back there. He's got to pass quite a few trucks, being the second half back on the restart lap. So yeah, this is it. Let's see if the 99 can pull a rabbit out of the hat now.
Yeah, 94 has a chance, but Tyler Honeycutt, he is a previous race winner this season, and he's starting to close in on the 94. 23 laps to go, 22 to go this time by Jeremy. So right now, Honeycutt is the only person currently right now this lap that has a chance on spoiling that streak right now of 10 races, 10 different winners, extending to 11 races, 11 different winners. But look at the racing going on further back right now, 3 wide, trying to make some moves. Brody Marinko trying to move up, but again, they have a lot of lap down trucks in front of them because they had to cycle back around and start at the end of the longest line. And that's allowing these drivers to move up, but Tyler Honeycutt goes around the 94, takes over the race lead, Jeremy, for the first time tonight.
There we go, another lead there in this race. I think that's what, 6 different leaders in this race. Nah, Joshua Altus wants it right back. He's going to put the nose there side by side for the race lead, and quickly he's going to do it as the 45 Honeycutt washes up the track. Huge like. Going to file right back in behind Joshua Altus. 20 laps remaining in this event.
Yeah, 20 laps remaining. Austin McGill has worked his way back up. Only 2 trucks separate himself in that battle for the lead between Honeycutt and Altus right now. You see him working the inside of the 11 of Blazer. He's trying to make quick work of a number of these. The next driver back is Marinko, but he's got about 3-4 trucks in between himself and McGill, so he's got a lot of traffic to work with. McGill, the best chance right now to try to get up there and challenge, still has to get around the 72 of Gaston, who again has got fresher tires than the 99. So this is not going to be an easy feat by any means. 19 laps to go. You see drivers back there bouncing off each other left and right. They're battling for Lucky Dog, trying to stay up there. Jeremy, we've got multiple races going on right now.
Yeah, of course, the race lead, that's the important one, but there's also some very good battles still going on through this field right now. Teammates 94-45 at the point. We're looking at Bobby Mantle at 89. He's back here 2 laps down, but he's in a mix of cars that are, or trucks rather, that are just trying to get through the field as quick as they can on that weird sequence of that caution break. Has put a lot of drivers in a weird spot. Here comes LeBlanc. He's going to shoot right below the 1189, go for a 2-for-1 in turns 3 and 4 here. It's going to move LeBlanc up a little bit further. 2 seconds back. He is P6 right now as he passes the 89.
Yeah, P6. He's trying to chase down that man, Brody Marinko, who right now is sitting inside the top 5. Marinko trying to chase down that guy, the 72 of Gaston, who just lost 3rd place to McGill. And now McGill is closing in on the rear bumper of Honeycutt and Altus, who are still battling side by side. Now we got a 3-truck fight for that top spot.
He's got the rabbit foot. He's got the skill. Austin McGill. Then rhyme not intended, I guess, on this one, but here we go. He's found that 1.5 second gap back to basically nothing. Now the hard part is to pass 2 trucks, which are almost as fast as him. And they're all going to take the inside lane here. The 45-94 teammates, they've been passing each other back and forth, which has slowed down their group. Austin's going to be forced to go to the outside. This is where the difficult thing. Oh, he's 94. I thought maybe he was going to split his teammate, but he's going to check up early. Set the gap between the two. Austin, does he go low? He's going to try block. Kind of a block, but he's going to get to the inside.
Yeah, McGill's got the nose on the inside, side by side. This is your battle for P2 right now. Altus on the outside, McGill on the inside. Does not quite clear him. Still side by side, cannot move up. Altus still holding that. Gaston now on the outside, trying to sit here and battle the 94. Now McGill finally clears Altus. Altus back to 3rd. McGill now setting his sights on the 45 of Honeycutt. Gaston now setting his sights on Altus. So this race is getting heated up real fast. The 19 of Jacob Grant not on the lead lap, but trying to get his lap back the hard way as he's up here battling with the lead lap drivers.
Yeah, Austin McGill is just putting out qualifying times right now. Will it sustain? There's still a decent amount of laps left, 13. That's enough time to overdo your tires. We'll find out. The 94 not done. Joshua back in the picture. He can take a look to the inside. He will. Blocked by Austin.
Oh, double block.
Double block for the race lead. They keep it nose to tail, top 3. The 19, Jacob Grant, not in picture for this race, but going to be part of the battle.
Yeah, as now Austin McGill looking to the outside of Honeycutt. Not going to have the run, and that's going to allow Altus to put his nose on the inside. Altus and McGill now side by side, but it looks like Altus is going to lose that because now Grant's going to be holding that top spot, so now they both fall back in line. Still, Honeycutt, McGill, and Altus, 1, 2, and 3.
Jacob Grant trying to get his lap back the hard way. He's in spot for a lucky dog, so he could just hang tight and not mess with the race lead. It looks like he's finally getting that picture, at least this time. Maybe he makes another effort. Who knows? There are 11 laps remaining. The 94, I think, is noticing the 99 McGill cooling off the tires, or maybe he overdid it himself because he's reeled him back in once more.
Yeah, he stayed right close to him, about a truck length to a truck length and a half advantage. Goes to the 45 of Honeycutt over McGill. So remember, McGill had to work his way through all that lap traffic as he had to start at the end of the longest line on the wave around by virtue of the caution coming out. And right now, Tyler Honeycutt and the 94 do have the freshest tires out of those 3 drivers right now. But now you start seeing a truck length difference in between McGill and Altus as now all 3 of these drivers separating and spacing out a little bit, Jeremy.
Yeah, just a little bit more separation here in the top 3. Not by much, but just a little bit. 9 laps remaining at Texas Motor Speedway for the 11th race of this series. Cycling through, here's Michael Thorpe Jr., who'd been a strong front runner all night long. 3 seconds back in 7th place. Now we're looking at the 2 of Brody Marinko, 85 Justin LeBlanc. This is for top 5.
Yeah, top 5. LeBlanc has been trying to work that outside crossover move. LeBlanc on the inside, contact made. Brody Marinko loose. He spins.
No.
Caution comes out. And this is going to lock that field up as more trucks trying to evade. Yeah, that was a crossover move there. You're going to see right there, LeBlanc does the crossover. The 2 comes down for the block after the crossover. Slight contact made that pushes the 85 down into the grass. He couldn't move up because there was going to be contact. The only place he had to go was down low, and off and around the 2 went.
That was very weird truck interaction between the 2 and the 85. Like, I don't, air pocket maybe, I don't know. There was just a weirdness.
I think there was. It almost seemed like that there was an air pocket that was there. Let's see if we can't get a better angle.
Yeah.
This one here might be the good angle. And yeah, there was still space in between, so it looked like there was an air pocket that was there. But, I mean, like I said, the 85 made the crossover. He had the nose there. And, I mean, he can't go any lower. You know, the grass is down there. I mean, that's tough racing. I mean, we're coming down. We had 8 laps to go. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot left. I mean, every driver's out there trying to get it, and that's for a top 5, Jeremy. We talk about the pivotal battles. That's first, second, and third because those are your podiums. And Tyler Honeycutt coming down pit road. He's giving up the race lead.
I've seen this before. I don't know if you remember a long time ago, Denny Hamlin, Martinsville. He made the same call, 3 laps, and he passed, I think, 10 cars to win in Martinsville. These tires are kind of old and beat up at this point. They got, what, 15, 20 laps on them? And with only 10 trucks on the lead lap, you know, let's see it. Yeah, I think he recognized that Austin may be slightly faster, but
yeah, but
this is going to be fun.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, by the time we go, there's going to be, what, 4 or 5 laps left. I mean, he had a little bit of distance in between himself and McGill.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't like they were side-by-side battling. There was a truck length, you know, difference in between, and he was maintaining. I don't know. I'm glad it's not me making that call because that would be a tough call to give up that track position. I mean, with 5 laps left to go at Texas, I mean, track position is going to be pivotal.
Yep. We have beef between the 2 and the 85 late in the going. Things are heated up, and that was their last caution. The 2 caught up to the 85 just to swipe him in the nose, and then gets on the apron and goes back to where he belongs, which is somewhere in the back of the field. Not sure where exactly just yet, but there it is, late going. But we have beef between the 2 and the 85. And that's it. Marinko's going to come down pit road, pass a bunch of trucks, so probably going to park the thing, I would imagine, as he passed everybody getting to pit road, so that's at least a penalty for passing, but we will see here what he does on pit road. And yeah, this is going to be a very fun last potential start to this race. We're going to have 4 laps to go, and the 45 will start 9th place. He's going to go from 9th to 1st in 4 laps, Dustin. Can he do it?
Well, the thing is, I mean, if he can get, I mean, he's got to scrub those tires. Start getting that heat built up now. Scrub those tires because, I mean, it takes, if you do it, and there he goes, on cue, this man's listening. He knows how to do it. Because if you wait for those naturally to build up, it's going to take 2 laps for that to happen. You don't have that time. He's got to get those things scuffed. He's got to get the pressure and the heat built up a little bit. And Jeremy, I'm telling you, I expect to see him throw that on that second lane. I feel that's where he's going to make the passes. If he's going to get anything done, you know, he's going to have to start making moves, and he can't hold back on it. We know the 99 to McGill's fast. Joshua Altus has shown speed late in this going. He has been up here in the top 3 since he got up here. So it's going to be a tough one right now.
All right. Yeah, that's going to put him in 8th place. It had Marinko scored ahead of him. So he's really 8th place here. First lap's going to be fun because the guys on old tires are going to have tire spin. Are not going to have a fast turn 1. The 45, however, watch. Let's see what he does here. Green flag underway. Austin with the point here. 94 in 2nd place. Gaston in 3rd. LeBlanc 4th. Here's turn 1 and turn 2. Where does Tyler Honeycutt end up at the end of this lap is probably going to determine a good chunk of this finish. Passing
coming.
the 21 of Hudgens. Now he's got 2 wide in front of him. Does he split the gap? He's going to look to do so. Yep, doesn't care about the blinky. Going to go 3 wide. Oh, the 34 blocks. That's going to hold him up some time. 3 to go.
3 to go, 34 blocking there. And again, 34 teammate for the 99. But again, those fresh tires, he is just going to crank that wheel and go. He is coming, Jeremy. Battle up front. I don't know if that was...
There was a lot of debris that just shot across the track. I'm sorry.
I think that was, everybody's seen that one. But that was just an iRacing glitch there. It happens from time to time on that wall. Right now, Austin McGill, 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go. A lot of pressure from the 94. But here comes a 45, Jeremy. He's got the speed. He's got the tires.
And this is going to sign, seal, and deliver this result, which is we're going to have a repeat winner, and maybe not. Hold on. Big block McGill. Here comes Michael Hayes. He's in the picture. Oh, man. Michael Hayes without a win. Austin McGill, Tyler Honeycutt does. Or is the 4th place driver now, Joshua, is he in the best spot possible? 2 laps, or actually 1 lap to go. 1.5 miles left. Oh, block, wreck, contact,
3 wide.
There he goes.
Oh, 3 wide. Honeycutt takes the lead right now. McGill holds on to it. Mike Hayes out of nowhere trying to track him down. I believe these two got fresh tires, Jeremy, but I don't think Mike Hayes can do it. One last effort coming through turn 3 and 4, closing in, but it's not going to be enough. Tyler Honeycutt in the 45, first repeat winner of this season.
Streak is over. And
I told
second and
you
third
tonight.
place
I felt
still.
it. I felt tonight it was going to be. But man, did Mike Hayes give it everything he could, and the 94 of Altus give it everything he could to keep that streak alive. What a battle for the 99 of McGill, the 94 of Altus, the 1 of Hayes, and the 45 of Honeycutt on that.
Yeah, we didn't have Michael Hayes in the picture, but he also took the tires and made the best effort possible, and that was the call. I said, I saw it with Denny Hamlin at Martinsville.
You called it.
And
You did. You
like,
called it.
Like, it's a risky call.
Does that mean we were both
Texas,
right? Because I said the streak was going to end tonight, and you sat here and said that his call, that Tyler Honeycutt, that call there was going to work. So I think that's a win for both of us, man.
That is a win, absolutely, for everybody, especially this man doing the burnouts. And yeah, this track is so wide; it allows options with fresh tires. 2 wide doesn't matter. Split the gap or go high, and Tyler made the best of it. Congratulations to this guy burning it down. As we're going to go to the unofficial results here for this crazy finish of the race. Tyler Honeycutt P1, Michael Hayes 2nd, 3rd place Joshua Altus, 4th Austin McGill, 5th Michael Thorpe Jr., 6th Jonathan Gaston, 7th will be Dustin Franklin, 8th Ricky Hudgens, 9th Justin LeBlanc, and your last guy on the lead lap in 10th Jacob Grant. 11th on back, 1 lap down to Moritz, Noah Tansman, Don Blazer, Bobby Mantle, Stephen Knight, Brody Marinko, John Howard, Shane Wheeldon, Callum Bailey, Chuck Cobb, and 20th place, Jeff Weimer. 21st on back, Carter Kerr, Anthony Emmerich, Matthew Escalera, David Halsey, Danny White, Caden Bullard, and Jacob Kaplan. Not the start that he wanted to have in his
I think
global.
it's Kaplan.
Kaplan? Kaplan sounds more fun, but we'll take Kaplan. And there you go. And we're going to go full screen. We'll see if we get our top 3. Because 2 of them are new. Looks like we do. But we'll be right back. And we are back full screen here for the Victory Fuel post-race show. And we got newcomer. He's in the channel ready to go, so we're going to talk to him. Josh Altis in the 94. First start, and you get a top 3, man. Congratulations on the good run.
Hey, thanks, Jeremy. It was fun race tonight. Appreciate Tyler Honeycutt and Michael Hayes inviting me in onto their team, and it was a good showing for our first time out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And
Top 3 sweet.
Ghost allowed you, to come through here and make it happen. Top 3 sweet. Yeah, I didn't even pick up on that till just now. So great team effort overall. That was a fun race, man. Walk us through it. There was a lot of good battling in the top 5. Tire strategy halfway through got all jumbled up with cautions. And how'd you make it happen? Top 3?
Yeah, it was. I honestly had just no idea what to expect. My first time in here, and I normally run the truck and the clean racing series on Monday nights, but that's fit. So this was kind of my first time at an open setup. So it was fun because I could kind of set the truck up a little looser how I like it and have it roll through the center of the corner, and it got a little loose kind of late in the runs. But yeah, I mean it was really difficult just trying to guess when the right time was to come put tires on. We only had 3 extra sets for the entire 167 laps. So just doing my best to try to predict when would be the best time to put them on, and I stayed out a couple times when some guys came in and just kind of trying to get off sequence a little bit. So the 99 was really fast. Michael Hayes was really fast. Tyler played the ultimate, just kind of hang in the back and try to just survive and save a set. So it would have been fun if it went green. Tyler did a good job getting by me kind of on that's the last restart and got clean air, and we were kind of getting strung out there. So it was going to be fun to see if I could have made a charge from third, but once that caution came out with only like 8 guys being on the lead lap, I thought tires was definitely going to be the move to win it, and that's what happened. So it was cool to get a 1-2-3 finish with Ghost Motorsports.
Yeah, man. Great call there from Tyler, but great finish on your end, and just kind of feeling out the league, man. It's your first time here. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it'd be nice to have a couple less cautions so we can run it out a little bit. But overall, I thought it was really fun, and most of the guys are really respectful. There's a couple guys that are really aggressive, but it's just, anytime you come into a new league, it's just kind of getting used to running with new people, and when you run with guys enough, you can kind of predict and know how you can race some people and know how much room they'll give you. So that's kind of a learning curve coming in and just trying to kind of learn some of the drivers. So there's a little bit of a crossover. There's a good handful of guys that I've run with before just across different leagues. But overall, it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to coming back, and I don't know where we are next, but I'm just running this part-time, but I'm going to try to come as often as I can.
Yeah, I was hoping to see you maybe full-time, but we're off next week for Mother's Day, then we're going to North Wilkesboro for a short track race.
Okay. I love North Wilkesboro. That's a really, really fun track. If we can get some green flag laps, and that's another one that kind of lends itself to some potential eye pacing, as I like to call it. So hopefully the guys can be a little easy on the throttle, and we can get some good runs in there.
Eye pacing is forever the term on this platform. Absolutely, man. All right. Well, congrats, P3. Awesome job. Welcome to the league. Any final shout-outs before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to thank Tyler Honeycutt, Michael Hayes, everyone at Ghost Motorsports for inviting me onto their team, and shout out to all the guys that run the league, and appreciate everyone's time. And just shout out to Stenvar Roofing and Solar. Anyone in the Virginia area looking to save some money on electricity, hit me up, send me a message. I'll walk you through how solar works and kind of educate you on the equipment and everything. We'll see if we can save you a lot of money.
There you go. That's Joshua Altis, P3 tonight, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, now we're going to go to the second Ghost Motorsports driver, this man who almost kept the streak alive, number 1, Michael Hayes. Michael, congrats on second place there tonight.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, that was a struggle all night. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, you're going to get a W one of these days. Like, me and Dustin both were like, yeah, he's got to win, no problem. And then when I look at the stats, I'm like, no, he doesn't.
We were giving you credit
surprised.
before you even had it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been close a lot of times, but I don't know. I can't even tell you what happened every time I was close. So
Well, last week was really the storyteller. Like you had the fastest truck, you and Austin, and then you got involved in a wreck, I do believe, late, so that put you back in 24th. And I thought tonight was your rebound race. Yeah, you practiced first again, and then you just had a really fast truck. It's just did the pit call happen? That happened. Was it about a third of the way in the race? You came down first with a group of trucks, and that kind of threw you back off sequence. Is that maybe the difference here tonight?
So I can't really tell you how everything happened, but I can tell you when I took tires. So I took tires at right around like lap 47, 48, which is like the end of a fuel run. And then I didn't take my second set until like lap 120, which there was a caution somewhere around there. So I had to run like almost 70 laps on one set of tires. And let me tell you, that was like the most miserable thing ever.
Yep. You went from like top five to 12th place at one point. I'm like, this guy is screaming for a caution, no doubt about it. And then you saved the last set. You did it with Tyler. You came down pit road and you guys put on a nice little show driving right through the field. How was that?
Yeah, that was a blast. I mean, I hate to have the race finish like that where tires beat the field, but sometimes it happens like that. I kind of feel bad for Austin McGill and Thor because I felt like they had the two fastest trucks, but you never know what happens with these races.
I thought you and Austin had the same speed, to be honest. You guys were just blazing fast practice qualifying race. Like you guys were it. So you didn't win it based on just tires. Like you had the speed all night long to have a top three running truck. So I wouldn't discredit your finish at all there. And congrats on the strong run, dude. Second place here tonight. So you're doing very good. You're going to get a win very shortly. It's going to happen. So 2 weeks
Yeah,
maybe at North Wilkesboro.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a rough ride the last few weeks, but trying to get good finishes is hard in this league for whatever reason. Like, I always seem to find myself in somebody's mess or get wrecked or whatever the case may be. But yeah, definitely take a P2 tonight.
Yeah, four on that, man. Any shout outs before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to the team. 1, 2, 3, baby.
That's right.
Shout out.
Uh,
I haven't been on the podium for a while. Shout out to you guys. I love watching you guys' broadcast. Even if I do get wrecked out, and at least I get to go watch an awesome broadcast.
yeah,
It's
10
all
4 on
Jeremy.
that, man.
It's all Jeremy.
It's what?
It's all Jeremy. It's all you, my guy. You make the broadcast.
This guy.
I disagree. I think it's both of you guys.
Yeah,
See?
it's I
See, there
I
you go.
love this team. I do. It's we call it the dream team. We've been doing it long enough, man. We appreciate the love and respect, my guy, and shout out to you guys too. Without some awesome shows, man, we couldn't do it.
Right? Yeah. No, it's been fun. I'm glad you guys are on board because it's been a blast.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you putting on a great show out there tonight. P2. We'll catch you 2 weeks at North Wilkesboro.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too. All right, that was your second Ghost Motorsports driver, and the final one to bring in the Victory Lane, presented by Icon Apparel and Victory Field there. Tyler Honeycutt breaks the streak, gets the team sweep 1, 2, 3. Awesome job, man.
Thank you, sir. That was a long race.
Yeah, you very long race. Last week I was like, that's a short race, and tonight I'm like, I think this is the longest one on the schedule. So had some cautions mixed in to really lengthen it out. Tire strategy, of course, was a big factor. You didn't have the ultimate speed like your teammates did, but at the end of the day, you saved the tire. You pitted. You went back to 8th on the end, and full sent it. Was that the strategy on your end this whole time?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I had the speed or not because I wasn't really going full throttle. I was like almost 2 seconds a lap slower than everyone, just so I can save that extra set for the end of the race. Um, I just got lucky that it came into play. But yeah, I wasn't going hard. I was intentionally going very slow, even after that lap when I got caught up in that wreck. So after that, it was even more of a I'm just gonna ride around and hopefully I'll get lucky with strategy.
I bet you did, man. And how was it? How was it to drive from a eighth to first there? You had a couple hairy moments. You bumped Austin there. It looked like you squeezed Thorpe on the bottom. I thought maybe you were going to take the top side and take the easy route, but you made the gaps happen. Was that ultimately the best call?
Yeah, yeah, I think I made the Thorpe move pretty cleanly. At the end there, I honestly was just tunnel vision and thought I was under Austin, but after watching it, I just kind of drove into the back of him. So it was nothing intentional at all. Just going for the race win. And sucks that he got up into Michael and screwed his chance of winning. But um, at the end of the day, we're going for wins. So it's nothing intentional, but I want to win. So I won't apologize for wanting to win, but I do apologize for getting into the back of Austin there. But
Yeah, it's just tough,
yeah,
clean racing, man. Absolutely. Got the
right,
fresh
right.
tires and full send, and you broke the streak. You did it here at Texas, the first repeat. So congrats on that, dude. We're going to take a break next week and find ourselves at North Wilkesboro in 2 weeks. What do you think of your shots there at North Wilkies?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to race it or not due to work. So if I do, I'll probably just try to survive and ride around and bide my time and try to slowly make my way to the front if I'm not already there.
And four, I did not have to show you victory lane here tonight. You did find it at Bristol ultimately, but here you go at Texas. And any shout outs before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for the broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it. You always do a great job. Shout out to the team, Ghost Motorsports. Got a 1-2-3 finish there. Josh's first race with the league. He did an incredible job all night, helping us with strategy and just talking throughout the race. Shout out to my family, dad, my uncle, and grandma. They're always watching, so I love you guys. Shout out to Conti for the setups, Honeycutt's Garage Doors, Ben's Plumbing and Septic, and my brother that makes these really good looking paint schemes, and everybody that's involved in the league. Can't thank you guys enough.
There you are, Mr. Tyler Honeycutt, P1 here tonight. Congratulations, dude, on not only the win, but the team sweep.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. All right, there we go. That was Victory Lane with Mr. Tyler Honeycutt and Dustin. What a race. It got strung out at some points, and I'm like, I don't know. But then times of this race, it was just chaotic.
It was, but I mean, Jeremy, we called it. I mean, everything is bigger in Texas. I mean, streak got snapped. 11 weeks.
Sure
folks.
did.
11 weeks it took to snap that streak. that is crazy. But streak got snapped. We had a team sweep. Like, it's Ghost Motorsports showed up. They delivered. But I mean, hats off to a lot of the other teams. I mean, we had teams that had excellent luck. I mean, Full Throttle Motorsports was doing fantastic. Then we had teams that didn't have the greatest of luck that we usually see up there. Grim Reaper Motorsports, their drivers got caught up in a, early race incident. They went a lap down, took a lot to try to get, back up into contention. And it's tough. This track is tough to pass. It's tough to get in position. And Jeremy, we talked about it a number of times. We had multiple races all the time. So there was always a race for Lucky Dog. There was always a race for, lead lap positions. It's a tough race, but I mean, ultimately, the race finish was fantastic. We had excellent, racing moments, some amazing saves that we had out there, drivers saving the trucks and everything else. Thorpe Jr. was the one that come to mind as well. I mean, fantastic save that he did. And a number of drivers had that. I mean, it's Texas and the trucks. It seems like it always delivers. It was a fantastic race. So, look to see what it looks like going to Wilkesy. We don't get to call Wilkesy very often, and in 2 weeks we get a chance to do it right here at Global. So that should be a fun one too.
Yeah, Texas truck's always a great combo, but North Wilkesboro, that'll be the interesting one. It's not the repaved stuff like they have in real life. It's still the old surface, just scanned. So anything can happen. High curbs, short track, loose trucks. It'll be a fun one. But next week is Mother's Day weekend, so you guys enjoy that weekend with your family.
Thank you to all the moms out there.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. And of course, us two for allowing us to do this, allowing us to call a race. If not, we might not be here doing it. So there's that. But you guys have a good rest of your night. Stay safe. Get your nerd on, and of course, Dustin.
As always, it's not goodbye. It's just till next time. Stay nerdy.
Back when nothing truly